but can do it here. Swinging a drive. Deep center field. Going back is Scott. And that one is gone. This game is tied at 6. Harden drives in. Harden. And it's rejected by Flag. Flag recovers it. Flag driving. He might go coast to coast. Gives it to Nembhard in the corner. Nembhard for 3. Bang! For 3. Ryan Nembhard makes it a 20-point lead. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders! Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown! And welcome in, everybody, to District Nation. I hope you're all having a really, really great day. And we are here to watch the Washington Nationals take on the Atlanta Braves in the first game of a 3-game series. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all having an amazing day. We are live here. Got some good baseball coming with 3 very high-scoring teams about to come in and play a 3-game series. So it looks like we already got some people in the chat. Give me a second here. I just sat down, well, the Nationals have improved from last year, from what I gather. So let's go. Let's go, CH. Thanks for tuning in. Well, the Nationals, they have improved, and something yesterday we didn't see was the offense. Yes, I went to the game yesterday, so I got to see the Nationals play. The offense could not improve. It was kind of sad, but the Nationals couldn't get the offense going. The defense was great. Cade Cavalli, 2 runs given up in 7 innings, and then Clayton Beeter comes in, Orlando Rebalta, Disney, and Beeter get it done. So it was sad to see that the offense couldn't get behind them, couldn't get those runs on the board. So good try yesterday, but the Nationals could not complete the series win. They ended up tying it with the New York Mets, making the series 2-2. So now they come to Atlanta, to a rainy Atlanta as well, but I'm really hoping we get this game in. It would be really nice to get this game in. I really hope the Nationals can play some baseball today. It's Friday night. Everyone wants to watch baseball on a Friday night from months February to October. You want baseball on a Friday night. Thanks again, everybody, for already tuning in. Be sure to put who you're rooting for in that poll. Tell me who you're playing for. Say what's up in the chat, whatever you want to do. And I'm here early with a little pregame. Washington Nationals 25 and 26 are going to face off with the Braves, who are about 10 games better than them, 35 and 16. The thing is, if the Nationals pitchers come to play tonight and the bats come to play tonight, it'll be a good game. Charles in here saying, Mr. District CEO host, great night. Smash some free subs and hit the like button. Let's go. If the Nationals offense can realistically come to play tonight and the Braves defense doesn't come and the Nationals really, really lock in, then I could see anything happening tonight and anything in the series. Mr. C is in here, popping in to say hello, Master Warren. While I am rooting for the Nationals, I voted for the Braves to win. Honestly, I am the same. Game 1, I think, could fall to the Braves if the offense doesn't get going right away. I think there is a small chance that if the Nationals offense gets going tonight, if Meatball can somehow hold them off, that's the one thing. If they can somehow hold them off, that'll be a win. Feel inspired to join in the chat, you are welcome to do so at any time, respectively. Let's go Nats 12-1, please. If the Nats offense can get going, it can realistically happen. That's what I'm saying here. If James Wood comes out swinging, if C.J. Abrams gets hot, if Dylan Cruz can settle back in, anything can happen. MLB Baseball Action live stream broadcast on District Nation Network. Curb stomp those Braves. That could happen too. Oh no, it's Meatball tonight. Yep, Meatball Michaelis takes the mound tonight for the Nationals. He will not be starting the game. Richard Lovelady is our opener today, Mr. C. Once again, Mr. C, thank you so much for taking me to that game yesterday. Best seats I've ever sat in. One of the best games I've ever been to. Thank you so much. Yes, it's Michaelis. It'll be an inning of work for Mr. Richard Lovelady, who's 2-2 with a 2.61 ERA for the Nationals. And against him, for answering here, though, pitching for the Ooga Booga Braves, is going to be Bryce Elder, 4-2 with a 2.01 ERA. But here, this is what I want to talk about. If the Nationals want to win tonight, Meatball Michaelis is going to have to step up. Miles Michaelis is going to have to just pitch to survive. Not even pitch to win, pitch to survive. That's the best thing he can do. Pitch to just stay in this game. Only thing you can do. Pitch to stay in the game. Survive. That just 3 innings, 4 innings of that, plus 2 innings of good ball from Lovelady, turn it over to the pen because we've had long men go in the past few days. So it's very realistic that the bullpen can work hard tonight. We can have a few pitchers come out of the pen, but don't discount the fact that we have 2 more games this series after this game, and then a 3-game series, but then we get an off day. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. Let's go. This is powerful indeed. All thanks to our truest contacts and on those tickets. And great to go with someone who knows and loves the game so much. Best play-by-play ever. Thank you, Mr. C. Thank you for those very nice words. And thank you so much for coming to the game, helping express the knowledge and your extensive knowledge of older history that I don't know. So it's kind of feeding off of. Michaelis is my age or a year older. Can't believe he's still going. Yes, I see these things on Instagram where they say, I can't see the day this man retires. They have pictures of Harper. They have pictures of Bellinger. And yeah, I don't think I can imagine a guy like Bryce Harper, Cody Bellinger leaving these veterans, or even I think Lance Lynn might be gone. But veteran players, Clayton Kershaw, it was interesting when he hung up the cleats. Jacob deGrom, can't imagine deGrom leaving, especially Scherzer. Miles Michaelis, you can get out of here. Miles Michaelis, we will put you in the Ring of Fame to retire now. If Meatball Michaelis were to retire right now, I'm pretty sure Blake Butera would want him in the Ring of Fame. Just let him retire. We could put R for retired up there for his number. That is better than pitching for us. Speaking of Michaelis and having Lovelady open, though, PJ Pullen sent down to AAA. I talked about with the pregame show earlier today, I mostly hit on Brady House and the call-up of Dylan Cruz. We didn't even talk about Pullen. A lefty bullpen arm sent down. He was doing a lot of the opening for the Nationals. He was the guy doing most of the work as an opener. And now the Nationals will have to try with a different guy most of the time. Lovelady, who's been also sort of a closer. So Chris Sale will leave the next time he sneezes and tears something. Sneezes and tears something. You know, we ride on Chris Sale, but he won a Cy Young later in his career. Like 2024, he goes out and plays Cy Young baseball. So he can retire, and I'd be very proud of the career he had because he had such a good career besides the injuries. So I give him that. Hope you've noticed I'm wearing a hat on today's stream. I'm going to start wearing hats, but I'm going to start by wearing this one. Got this one yesterday at Nationals Park. So Nationals Park had a very nice City Connect hat, and I really like the City Connect hat, so here it is, and I'm wearing a blue Nationals World Series jersey tonight. This is the Soto one, so you know, but I could not wear it any other time. I can't wear it while we're playing the Mets. Wore wood at the game yesterday, my City Connect jersey I got for my birthday this year. It's a hand-me-down, surprisingly. Just picked it up yesterday from a hand-me-down, and now it's going to be worn on stream, and I have a lot more in the rotation. If we stream tomorrow, I'm probably going to wear my red and white and blue Soto jersey with the patch. So more on the game here, since we haven't even talked about it that much. Got a kind of normal look tonight. Ruiz is not in the lineup. Drew Millis finds himself in the starting lineup. The outfield pretty normal, but one thing is you got Cruz, Lyle, Young, those three, and then Woods doing the DH tonight. How do you feel about that? Sweet hat. Have to check in later to check on the score. Getting ready to enter Phillies territory tomorrow. Oof. Good luck, but I hope you enjoy your vacation, Mr. C. But you are entering Phillies territory. I can check who they're playing for you, because I know it is Phillies territory, but I'd like to see who it is, who the Phillies are battling. They're playing the Guardians. We play the Guardians after this, so after the Phillies play the Guardians, we're going to go play them on Monday in Cleveland. That's where the Nationals go next. Thank you so much for Mr. C for popping in, and I will tell you the score the next time you come in. So the keys to the game here. I think the keys to victory are the Nationals offense cannot score a run tonight. They cannot score 2 runs. We need 8 or 9 runs tonight. Maybe that's exaggerating a little, but we need multiple runs. Multiple runs will win us this game. Multiple runs. It has to be more than just 1 run like yesterday. It has to be more than 3. Miles Michaelis, I guarantee you will give up runs. I don't want to put anything on it, but I can almost guarantee you 100%. I'm going to say 99% sure Miles Michaelis is going to give up a run in this game. And I think Lovelady, he's going to do well. Lovelady will probably go 1 or 2 innings, and I believe that Lovelady won't give up a run. But Miles Michaelis will probably give up a run. So, in that case, the Nationals need to provide for him. James Wood needs to provide for him. C.J. Abrams, get on base, let things happen. Abrams has Cruz and Lyle behind him. If Abrams can realistically find a way on base, Cruz can bunt one down, send him to second or third. Maybe he's at second already. Put him at third. Dalen Lyle can drive in the run. and you got Jacob Young right behind him, it can be reset right there. Young can get on base. Nunez can bunt him down. Mills can throw a bunt down. I think we're going to see a bunt or two tonight. I would like to see a bunt or two tonight because we are good at laying down bunts. And that's just 4 through 9 that I just named. Our 1-2-3 punch tonight is Wood Garcia Mead, who's already a pretty powerful combo. Wood can take one out on the first pitch. Mead shows that he has pop. Garcia, self-explanatory. He's been here 6 years, so he's been our guy lately. Looks like we don't have a delay. 6 minutes away from first pitch. We're doing this on time against Bryce Elder, the righty. Looks like we're going to do him. Maybe we're not going to get a delay tonight. I'd like to have a full game of baseball tonight. 1 game tomorrow, 1 game on Sunday. That'd be the best situation we get is 3 games, and that's it. Just putting my water here. Of course, have my water bottle ready to go. Got a few questions about the water bottle lately. Didn't realize the water bottle was so prominent. So we go Nationals, of course, 25 and 26. Braves, 35 and 16. I thought about this on my own. I was just setting up my scorebook last night, and I looked at the Braves' record. Of course, 16 losses. How do you spread that out? They're not bad at home or on the road. They have 8 losses both ways. 16 and 8 at home, 19 and 8 on the road. So it's not like they're bad on one. You can't say, oh, we're playing the Braves at home. We can do well here. Or we're playing the Braves on the road. This is the time to beat them. They're good at both things, and that is why they're number 1 in every power ranking. In every power ranking I know, the Braves are 1. Maybe there's a couple where they're 2, but they're 1 everywhere. They are subjectively and objectively the best team in the league. Their offense proves that. We talked about it during the pregame show. The fact that they are scoring runs and their pitching is good. The Nationals, on the other hand, have probably the best offense in the league, 1 or 2. First or second best offense, and second to last or last pitching in the league, which makes them an average team. It evens out. The average between 1 and 30 is roughly 15. So numbers prove it. Numbers clearly prove the fact that the Nationals need pitching. The Nationals have proven to rebuild a team, you got to build both sides of the ball. You can't just build hitters and expect to be good. Hitters only is going to get you 500. And maybe this season we go a little under 500 where, let's say 80-82, 79-83. That's still a successful season in your first year for Paul Taboni and Blake Butera to come in and go 500 or a few games away from 500 when they were 70-92 roughly last year. Good for them. I'd say that's a success. You improve by about 10 games. I think you can call that a success. And I think the Nationals are trying to do that. Try to help their guys out. We'll check quickly. I want to see what their actual record was. At the end of the season, they got shut out in the last game. They were 66 and 96. So around 500, that's almost a 10-15 game win add-on 1 year in your first year. That would be a good reason for you to leave the Nats and go work for a good team who actually wants you. But I hope at least Taboni's in for the long haul. That Taboni has a plan and he's going to be here for a while, maybe 10, 15 years, maybe even 20 years. We have Taboni here doing his thing. I want 40th anniversary, Paul Taboni or someone with the last name Taboni walking out on the field and getting a medal or something for 20 years of service. So now we're just a few pitches or a few seconds away, or minutes, sorry, loss of words there. Let's get started with the starting lineups. Starting with Blake Butera's Washington Nationals, leading off the designated hitter, James Wood. Batting second is going to be Luis Garcia Jr., the first baseman. Batting third is Curtis Mead. Mead is your third baseman. Batting fourth at shortstop is C.J. Abrams. Batting fifth in right field is Dylan Cruz. Batting sixth in left field is Dalen Lyle. Batting seventh, the speedy center fielder Jacob Young. Batting eighth is the catcher Drew Millis. And batting ninth is Nasim Nunez, the second baseman. And on the mound as an opener for your Nationals tonight is Richard Lovelady, 2-2 with a 2.61 ERA. Miles Michaelis will relieve him out of the bullpen tonight. Once again, that's Wood Garcia Jr. Mead, Abrams Cruz Lyle, Wood Millis Nunez, with Lovelady on the mound and Michaelis to follow. For the Atlanta Braves, leading it off is going to be the right fielder Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second is the left fielder Marcio Dubon. Batting third is the first baseman Matt Olson. Batting fourth, the little open stance second baseman Ozzie Albies. Batting fifth in center field is going to be Michael Harris II. Batting sixth at third base is Austin Riley. Batting seventh is going to be the designated hitter in today's game, Dom Smith, former Nat. Batting eighth at shortstop is going to be Ha-Sung Kim, former Padre. Now he's on the Braves. Kind of surprising when he went to the Braves, just out of the blue. And batting ninth is going to be your catcher, Sandy Leon. And on the mound is going to be Bryce Elder, 4-2 with a 2.01 ERA. Got a real veteran behind the plate for Sandy Leon. Was with the Nats 2012 to 2014. So that's where he got his career started in the bigs. Once again for the Braves, that's Acuna Jr., Dubon, Olson, Albies, Harris II, Riley, Smith, Kim, Leon, with Elder on the mound. As we're going to get ready for baseball right here on District Nation, as we're just a minute away from first pitch, live, Truist Park. Nationals are going to visit them. This is the start of a road series. They're on a road trip. 2 cities in just a few days, and next Friday, they'll be back at home. They're usually home once a week. Once a week, they're home when they come back. So here we go. We're going to get going. We're going to head over to our screen right over here, our game day screen. Here we go. Says we got bad weather, but we're going to start right on time. Charge. There we go. Everyone's got to say charge for that. Now, our umpires in today's matchup.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
Gotta play that every time there's an umpire. Behind the plate is Tom Hanahan. At first base is Ron Kolpa. At second base is Brock Bayo. And at third base is Scott Berry. Those are your umpires for today's game. At 75 degrees is going to be the first pitch. And we got a chance of thunderstorms. So maybe we'll see some thunder by the end of this. Hopefully Mother Nature holds him off her old weather friend for roughly 9 innings. Let's get that. Mother Nature, give us 9 innings. I'd love just 9 innings, pure baseball. It's going to be, of course, Wood to lead it off for the Nats, and then Garcia Jr. and Meade for the Nationals in today's game. Getting ready for baseball. It's going to be Bryce Elder on the mound for the Braves. 10 starts this season with a 4-2 record, 2.01 as mentioned. Great ERA, almost sub-2. One good outing gets him to sub-2. 62.2 innings worked, 20 walks, 56 strikeouts, sub-1 whip in a May. That is really good for a starter. Going sub-1 whip, that's really good. I think that's one of the best things you can do as a pitcher. Once again, Wood's going to lead it off. He's the designated hitter in today's game, so he doesn't have to focus on fielding at all. For Elder, he's going to bring you a slider, a sinker, a four-seamer, a cutter, and a changeup. The pitch he's going to throw you the most is the slider. Surprisingly, you don't see that mix too much. We got the slider and the sinker dominating the arsenal. Usually, pitchers throw the fastball as the dominating pitch. As Elder will work out of the wind here to face James Wood. Elder into the wind. First pitch to Wood. Wood takes a fastball inside, or that's a sinker inside. Called strike one, and we are underway from Truist Park. First pitch was at 7:17, about 2 minutes late. The 0-1 to Wood. Wood takes another fastball. This one in there called strike two. We know two Nats wearing their alternate blue uniforms, red and white trim. And the Braves are wearing their red uniforms, blue and white trim. The 0-2. Down low ball one with a slider, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Just missed that one low and inside, and it'll be a 1-2. Funny, I'm matching with the Nats in today's game. So I'm wearing the right uniform here, wrong hat. Here's the 1-2 to Wood. Wood takes inside with a sinker or high and inside, and it'll be 2-2. Just missed there in the zone. So that'll even up the count at 2-2. Elder goes into the wind. Here's the pitch to Wood. Called strike three on a slider, low and in. Bryce Elder paints to get James Wood looking for the first out in this game. It is a strikeout looking. So that's how this one's going to get started. We started 2 minutes late. So hopefully this rain can hold off for roughly 3 hours. This thunderstorms. Give us a game. And Elder will step back onto the rubber. Now he'll face Garcia, hitting 260. Elder in the line. The pitch to Louie. Louie takes a fastball right in there, called strike one. Man, someone's got to swing the bat. At least foul something off. He's hit 6 pitches on his second batter. He retired the first one looking. Someone's got to foul something off. Put something in play. 0-1 to Garcia. Garcia drives this one down the first base line to the first baseman. Olson, he fields it cleanly, flips it up to the pitcher covering, and that is out number 2 here in the first to Elder covering. So that's a 3-run ground out for out number 2. So 2 outs quickly worked by Elder. Only 7 pitches to do it. So now that'll bring up Curtis Mead, who's manning third base in today's game. You don't see Mead man third base a lot. Move this over here. Here's the first pitch to Mead, who's facing a righty here. Sinker in there, called strike one at 91 miles an hour, and it'll be an 0-1 count. You don't see him too much facing righties. You mostly see you get him in against lefties. That's why you haven't seen him too much this season. Mead swings and misses at a slider, and it's 0-2. So now 0-2, 2 outs to Mead. As I said, the Nationals could use some runs in this game as Mead calls time. Takes a step out, now he steps back in. The Nationals could use runs in this game, and they're going to need to if they're going to have Miles Michaelis on the mound against the best offense in the league. The 0-2. Mead grounds this one through the hole into center field. That's a base hit for Curtis Mead here with 2 outs. Michael Harris will field the grounder, fire it back in, and that's a 2-out knock for Curtis Mead to get the Nationals in the hit column with 2 outs. Curtis Mead sent that one between the gap of the shortstop and second base, not the second baseman, second base. Ha-Seong Kim dove for it, trying to make a play, but just barely missed it, and it went into center field for a base knock, as Elder will now have to work out of the stretch. With 2 outs and a runner on, Mead, usually not a threat to go, but he could surprise people. The pitch to Abrams. Abrams takes high and inside with a fastball, and it'll be a 1-0. 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Elder, and it'll be a 1-0 count. Abrams hitting .297, 10 home runs, 42 RBIs. League leaders in average and RBIs. The pitch, swing and a drive, down the right field line, but it's foul and out of play. Wow, got a good piece of that one. Thought that one might have been gone for a second. Abrams did have a leadoff home run here last year. This will be a 1-1 count as Elder set at the belt. Here's the 1-1 to Abrams. Abrams takes a changeup low and out, and it'll be a 2-1 count. That was 86 miles an hour on the change. Abrams finds himself in the 4-hole once again in today's game. He's been working out of the 4-hole a lot. The 2-1 to Abrams. Abrams swings and fouls this one back and out of play, and it'll be 2-2 now. So a new ball is put into play, and the umpire is going to get some new balls. So it'll be 2-2 now. 2-2, 2 outs. Elder sets. Pitch to Abrams. Swing a ground ball. This one's going to be to the shortstop, Kim. Throws it over to first in time to get a jogging Abrams for out number 3, and that will end the inning. The Nationals do not get any runs here in the first, but they get a hit, and they leave a man after the first half inning. Run with a half of the first inning, and running out of the pen is Richard Lovelady. After the top of the first inning, it's the Nationals 0. Braves coming up. We'll head to the bottom of the first. It'll be Acuna Jr., Dubon, and Olsen for the bottom of the first for the Braves. Richard Lovelady came running out of the bullpen there. So he didn't come out of the dugout. He was warming up that entire time. So we're looking good here. Just making sure the camera's okay. Looks like everything looks good on this side. Just trying to angle it over just a little bit. So how does Lovelady fare against this lineup? You got Acuna Jr., Dubon, and Olsen. Olsen, a league leader in homers. So do you keep him in to face all three if he already throws 9 pitches? Or do you send out Meatball to face the first ones? Acuna, of course. Good hitter as well, 261, 2 home runs. But he's had limited at-bats, only 11 RBIs. So it's not that he's a drought in home runs. He's only played 37 games, so less games than other guys. His best season probably was 2023. 41 home runs, 106 RBIs. Only struck out 84 times. Average of 337. A great season for Acuna. And he played 159 games. Only missed 3 games the entire season. So that was definitely his best season. He had 119 the year before. Just kind of reading off some stats there, going off of what I know about Acuna to make that little assumption. He's a righty, so we got a righty-lefty to start this one going. Thanks to everyone who's already tuned in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you are not subscribed already, help out the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to Live Play-by-Play right here on District Nation. We're going to get ready for, here we go. It'll be Ronald Acuna Jr. to face Richard Lovelady, who has 19 games this season, 2 starts. 2-2 record, a 2.61 ERA. First pitch to Acuna. That's a breaking ball in there, called strike one. It'll be 0-1. This will be an 0-1 count. That's better, camera-wise. Lovelady, the lefty to the righty, Acuna. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Acuna. Swinging a line drive. Right field, but that's foul, and it'll be 0-2 now. Acuna has a lefty-righty matchup. That was the one reason I didn't think we'd have an opener. I thought there was a chance we would, but Acuna's a lefty, so he was guaranteed to lead off. He is their lefty leadoff hitter. 0-2 here. The pitch to Acuna. Just high, ball one with a fastball there. Almost painted the zone. Umpire didn't think so, though. So it'll be a 1-2 count. Lovelady comes set. He's waiting. Here's the 1-2. High ball two with a sweeper, and that'll make it 2-2. So now that Pullen is down in AAA, I believe that whenever we do an opener, it will be Richard Lovelady. I think whenever we do it, it'll be Lovelady because there's no reason to do a righty. The only reason would to do a lefty because all our starters who are lefties are pretty good. Swinging a foul. Ooh, that's off of Acuna's foot and into foul territory. And it'll be 2-2 again. Why would you start? And Acuna's going to make sure he's okay. Lovelady back onto the rubber. He's getting his sign. He's waiting. And he's got it, and he comes set. So it'll be another 2-2 pitch here. The 2-2. High ball through the sweeper. So both times he's thrown a sweepers way up in the zone, not even close. So maybe just trying to get Acuna to chase at some crap over the zone. So it'll be 3-2 here. On deck is Dubon. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. This is going to be out to shallow center. Coming in is Young. Going out is Nunez. In right center now. And it's going to be the right fielder, Cruz, to make the catch. So three guys were converging on that ball. But it was eventually Dylan Cruz to make the catch. So my stream, it seems, is behind here. So I'm going to catch up. Lovelady sets. First pitch to Dubon. And Dubon grounds this one down the left field line. That's fair. Going to roll up in front of Dalen Lau. Dubon takes the turn. He's headed to second. The throw in is not in time. Dubon's in with a double. He calls time. And Marcio Dubon has a double to get his day going. So Dubon doubles down the line. Wow. On the first pitch from Richard Lovelady. Now there's a runner in scoring position immediately. So my stream is behind, so I'm just trying to catch up here. I don't want to be too behind ESPN, but ESPN, just a reminder of what's going on in case you don't know. That's really the only reason I put it up there. It is usually ahead of me anyway. Dubon leading away from second. Coming set is Lovelady. First pitch to Matt Olson. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch to Olson. Swinging a foul third base side, and it'll be 0-1. So just don't check ESPN. Let me make the call. No spoilers in the chat. I don't think Lovelady is that good, so we may lose, sadly. The good thing is he only goes 2 innings. That's the one thing. He's only going to go 1 or 2 innings. And Meatball Michaelis is going to come out of the pen, though. Honestly, I agree. Here's the 0-1, and Olson loops this one. It's going to be on the infield. Third baseman Mead comes in, fires it to first in time for the out, but it was hit so lightly. It was on the grass, and the runner Dubon knew that Mead wouldn't make the catch, so we just ran to third because Mead went to go get the ball, so there's no one at third base. So that moves Dubon up to third base, and now that'll bring up Ozzie Albies. Albies will hit from the right side. He's a switch hitter. Getting out of this would be great. Go first inning scoreless. 2 outs, runner at third. Lovelady sets. First pitch to Albies. Right in there, called strike one with a sinker, and it'll be an 0-1 count. It's been 0-1. Lovelady. Coming set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. So in a ground ball, this is going to be the shortstop Abrams on the hop. Fires it to first. In time for the out. And Richard Lovelady escapes scoreless in the first inning. Richard Lovelady, the opener strategy works for at least an inning. 1 hit given up. A man stranded at third. What an inning. And after 1 full inning of baseball at Truist Park, it's the Nationals 0, the Braves 0. So saying that score, it might make you think it was not a good first inning because it's still scoreless, but you can think glass half full here. That was a scoreless first inning. I don't think it would have been scoreless if Michaelis had pitched. Richard Lovelady, this strategy worked. Lovelady got through an inning scoreless. That is what the opener is supposed to do. Go scoreless. Set it up well for whoever's the starter who's going to pitch fully in the game. He set it up, set the table very well for his man. So it's going to be Cruz, Lyle, Young for the Nationals in the second. Dylan Cruz going to get his shot to lead off the second. Cruz hasn't really proved himself yet. I don't know a better way to put that, but he hasn't yet proved himself. He's been struggling a little bit at the plate, but he hasn't had a full time. We've had 4 games in one series to really look at it, so we can't say, oh, he's not good at all, because when he played the Yankees in his debut, his third game is when he had his first home run, and it was a leadoff home run, so that's when he really started to spark. Give him some time. I think giving him some time to find his groove, find his way, that's when Dylan Cruz will get good. In a few games when he settles in again, forgets the AAA pitching, and now sees it as a major league game, that is when we'll get the full Dylan Cruz mindset. But Lovelady, good inning there. He gives up the double, shakes it off, and gets 2 quick outs. That's what you need from the opener. If he gives up runs, he doesn't get nervous. He doesn't give up the run. He just goes to work. So both teams ended up having a hit in the inning. It was Dubon for the Braves and Meade for the Nationals. It'll be Cruz to lead it off. It'll be a righty-righty matchup to lead it off in the second inning. So we return to baseball as Elder steps back onto the rubber. He goes into the line. First pitch to Dylan Cruz. Cruz swings and grounds this one. Shortstop and makes a nice play. Heads to first in time to get a running Dylan Cruz. Ha-Seong Kim made a good forehand play on that ball. Up the middle, and he ranged over, made a nice play. Fired it over to first for out number 1. So a good play there by Ha-Seong Kim, looking at the replay. Got a glove on it, made a nice transfer to his hand, and fired it over to first. So now to be Dalen Lyle, the left fielder, to face Bryce Elder. Now 2 retired in the row for the Elder. The Elder, so we should call him that. The Elder when he gets older. Here's the pitch to Dalen. Dalen swings and misses at a fastball right in the zone, and it's 0-1. Man, Lyle would want that one back. He took a huge hack at that one. Really wanted that. Here's the 0-1 to Lyle. Lyle takes high with a 4-seamer, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. 18 pitches now for Elder. Dalen Lyle, 269 average, 7 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Here comes the 1-1 to Lyle. Lyle swings and misses at a cutter low and in. It'll be 1-2. Got away from the catcher. It'll be a 1-2 count. Lyle steps back into the plate. Elder back onto the rubber. So lefty-righty matchup. Elder in the wind. The 1-2. Lyle swings and drives this one to the first baseman. Olsen makes a nice play over there. He was playing deep. He goes to the bag himself for a 3 unassisted for out number 2. So that's the second out in the inning. 2 outs quickly for Elder, the starter. So that'll bring up Jacob Young. Young hitting in the 7-hole in today's game. He wasn't a power hitter necessarily, but I liked Young in the 5-hole. I liked that we essentially had a second leadoff hitter in the 5-hole. Here's the pitch to Jacob Young. Right in there, called strike 1 with a fastball, and it'll be an 0-1 count. That was really interesting on the Nationals' part to put him there. He's hitting .227, 6 bombs, 23 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Young swings and fouls this one out of play straight back, and it'll be 0-2 now. I just liked it that after 4 hitters, we could have a reset with a new leadoff hitter, sort of. Get the offense going again. And I like that role for Jacob Young, who previously just hit in the 9-hole. He was scrapped away there just to play defense. I like him here in the 7-hole, though. Kind of mid to back order. Can get something going randomly. Get a spurt, maybe a kick, essentially. The 0-2. Low ball one with a changeup, and it'll be 1-2 as that one was in the dirt at 86 miles an hour. Elder on the rubber. He goes back into the wind. Here's the 1-2 to Young. Young takes Lone out with a slider. They're going to peel a swing. No, says first base umpire Ron Kolpa, who's the crew chief of this crew here at Atlanta tonight. Young, JY30, steps back up to the plate. Here comes the 2-2 from Elder. Low ball 3 with a slider. It'll be 3-2. Young got the hands going, but didn't go far at all. It just barely moved him a little bit. So it'll fill up the count to 3-2, 2 outs. The no runners on base will move now. The 3-2. Swing and a miss at a sinker. Young swings through that one. Strikeout number 2 for Elder. First one swinging on the night. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning worked by Bryce Elder. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. In the top of the second inning, the Nationals keep it at 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Well, I said that offense needs to get going. Nothing's really happened yet. The Nationals are going to need it quickly because Michaelis is coming out of the pen anytime now. So Michaelis will come out. Hopefully, maybe Lovelady gets us through too. If he can get us through Harris II, Riley, and Smith, we're sitting well for now. Just can he get us through that, though? 3 hitters. That's all he needs to do facing the former Nat Dom Smith. Always liked Dom Smith in a Nats jersey. A good fielder and a good hitter. The Nationals in NL East play are 7-10 this season, while the Braves are 13-4. So very different stories when it comes to playing the NL East. Both have 17 games, and that's basically all they have in common in the records. 13-4. 4 games lost against your division. The Braves are a standout in the division. First place by 9 games. The second place Phillies are 25-25 at exactly 500, while the Nationals are 25-26. The Braves are standing out here. And they're the best team in the league, so they wouldn't stand out as much in other divisions. But we're a division where first place is 500, or first place would be 2 games over 500 if the Braves weren't here. The Braves are 9 games over 500, and they dominate first place. I think they could be the first team to clinch the playoffs if they keep this up. They could clinch them quickly, too. It'll be the Harris II to lead it off for the Braves. Thanks to everyone who's already tuned in here for the Nationals-Braves game. So now we got a... Oh, no. Oh, boy. Michaelis is into the game. So Lovelady's day is done. It's going to be Miles Michaelis to take over. Here we go. Miles Michaelis, 1-3 over his 10 games. A 6.91 ERA. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The day begins. First pitch from Michaelis. Right in there, called strike 1 with a sinker, and it's an 0-1 count. So they bring in Michaelis after 1 inning out of Lovelady. We'll get his line in a second as Michaelis into the wind. The 1-0 to Harris. Harris takes a fastball low, and it'll be a 1-1 count. As long as Michaelis doesn't work that curveball as much, we should be good. The Nationals should be good. Michaelis will go into the wind. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball. This one is out to shallow left. Lau comes in a little bit. Taking a few steps to the left. He makes the catch out there for out number 1. So Meatball is going to work quickly to get the first out of the inning. So in March, the Nationals, Meatball Michaelis, they hit 286 against him. In April, they hit 319. In May, they're hitting 218. So it went up and now down. It started up, then it went up again. Now it's down a little bit. Down to the slowest it's been. So it'll be Austin Riley here. First pitch to Riley. Right in there, called strike 1 with a fastball at 94. Michaelis looking good so far. Through his first 4 pitches of baseball. Hasn't given up a run yet. 208 average for Riley, 8 home runs. Michaelis into the wind. The 0-1, and that's going to be low with a sinker, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Do you remember when Michaelis was an all-star? Does anyone remember that? Michaelis will go back into the wind. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive to right field. That's going to be a base hit. In between first and second, Dylan Cruz fields it off a couple bounces, and Austin Riley has a base hit here to get the bottom of the second going. So Andres Woodward's back. What's up, Andres? Now we have a better chance to win. I don't know. Miles Michaelis is pitching now. I don't know. I don't know how much I know about this better chance of winning. Miles Michaelis just came into the game. That's a base hit. Now there's a runner on first for Dom Smith. So 2 unks here to face off. 2 of the old men. First pitch to Dom is outside with a sinker. It'll be a 1-0 count. So 1-0, 1 out. Smith hitting .343, 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He's been good. Michaelis sets, has his front foot kind of open more. Here's the 1-0, and Smith takes outside with a fastball, and it'll be a 2-0 count. Smith in D.C. during 2023. Love to have him there. Consistent, everyday first base. You love that about him. He also was a nice guy, too. He did a lot of interviews, hung out with the kids at different events. I never got to meet him, but knew he was a nice guy. Here comes the 2-0. And Dom is going to take a fastball, low ball 3. Just missed the zone there. Thought that one might have clipped it. And it did, looking at the replay. That Nationals TV features, they show the replay immediately after the pitch. So it'll be 3-0. But at that point, even when the replay comes up, if you're asking the question, no, they cannot look at it and then challenge. The 3-0, that's going to be a sinker right in there called strike 1, and that'll make it a 3-1 count. So it's a 3-1 count now. Riley taking his lead away from first. Michaelis hasn't even taken a look over there at all. The 3-1. Swinging a line drive, right field. Dylan Cruz makes the catch. Going back to first is Riley. The throw in time for the out. Dylan Cruz doubles off Austin Riley for out number 3. What a play by Dylan Cruz. So a 9-3 double play. That's a interesting one to see. On the move, Riley was looking to steal. As we said, he wasn't a threat to go. A 9-3 double play. So a line out to right. And then he is doubled off because he was on the move to steal the bag. So just throwing it back to first doubled him off. So that's out number 3. 1 hit in the inning. No men left on base. We're through 2 innings. It's still the Nationals 0, the Braves 0. You got to admit it, through 2 innings, the Nationals pitching starting to work. A rare 9-3. You don't see that combination a lot where the right fielder is able to double someone off, unless it's very in the gap and he makes a great catch and the runner's already on the way to third. Then it's an easy double play. But here, it was not an easy play. That was an easy play. Just out to right and he fired it over to first. We'll head to the third. It's going to be Millis, Nunez, and Wood for the Nationals in the third inning. Millis, not the offensive guy. He's a good, I would say, decent defender. He's not a good defender because he's really, really, really bad at ABS challenging. He has games where he's good, but he's just so bad. He's not good at it. Sometimes he's meh, but never good. Well, this pitcher we have now is better than Lovelady, who is a 100% reliever. So, I think he's slowly becoming more of a closer, but now you have Varland, who's really your closer, and you have Clayton Beater back up in the big. So if we were in a winning chance here, I'd like to see Varland get the save opportunity because Varland's done so much and he's earned it. Varland's been doing it. They're looking at the offense too. The Nationals are first in doubles in the league with 103, so maybe that's how they're putting up their runs. And of course, runs per game, they're first. Here's the pitch, and that is in there. Called strike 1 to Drew Millis. Clips the lone outside, part of the zone. It'll be an 0-1 count. Elder will go back into the line, or he's going to shake off here a few times. Step back. Here comes the line now. The 0-1 to Millis. Millis called strike 2. The fastball this time goes inside. It'll be immediately 0-2 with 2 fastballs right there. Millis hitting 171 in his limited time as kind of the sharing time with Ruiz catcher. I wouldn't say backup. Really splitting time with Ruiz. Here comes the 0-2 to Millis. Millis swings and just drives this one right back. This is the shortstop, Kim. Has to make a tough play. Goes to first in time for the out. Pitcher Elder tried to make behind the back play, but just got up the middle to Kim, who has made a running play and fired it over to first in time for out number 1 to get a jogging Drew Millis. So that's how the third gets going. Nationals so far 1 for 8. Their first 8 hitters of the game. So that'll bring up Nasim Nunez. Nunez, the second baseman in today's game. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Nunez swings and drives this one to right field. That's a base hit in front of Ronald Acuna Jr. Nasim Nunez going to get the offense going with a knock. Nasim, the little 5'8 fella, with a nice little drive out to right. Just got a first pitch he liked, a little low and in. Just smokes it out to right field. A barrel just out to right. Just a nice swing in the right field. That's all we can take, Nasim, the 9-hitter. So now Wood will hit with a runner on with 1 out. Elder sets the pitch to Wood. High ball one. Nunez is going. The throw down is not in time. And Hassam Kin had to come off the bag a little bit too. So Nasim Nunez with another stolen bag on the veteran Sandy Leon stealing the bag. Nasim Nunez, one of the fastest guys in the league, swipes yet another bag. When he gets on base, he's almost a guaranteed go. Got a good jump. Got down there and the throw was a little bit to the left of the Kim, who had to go more towards the left off the bag to get the ball. The pitch to Wood. Swing and a miss, and it's a 1-1. That ball was a ball there on that first pitch. So it's a 1-1 count here to Wood, who's hitting .253. 13 homers, 34 RBIs. So it'll be a 1-1 here. The pitch to Wood. Did he go? Check swing. It's low. Ball 2. He did not go. So it'll be a 2-1 count. Watching Wood up close with the seats yesterday, man, he's a big dude. That is one thing. Wood's a huge fella. So it'll be a 2-1 count here. The pitch. It's a high pitch, and Wood drives this one deep center field, but the center fielder Harris is on it, and he makes the catch. Nunez is going to have to go back to second now, and the throw is wide, and Nunez is back in safely. So that one was hit well out to center, but Harris' second was there to make the play. Nunez got back safely. Nunez was on the move, headed to third on a stolen base, and didn't know if that one would stay up, so Nunez had to come sprinting back. So now there's 2 outs, and Nunez is only at second. Nunez dove in a third and then had to hustle back. Victor Estevez warned him over, the third base coach, to get back to second, and luckily the throw was towards Albies' right. So now it'll be Louis with a runner on second. The pitch to Garcia, and he fouls this one off on a slider outside, and it'll be 0-1. Wow, that was interesting play. Dove in a third, then started to home, and Estevez told him, you got to get back, you got to get back. It's Garcia, 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out. The 0-1 to Garcia. Garcia swings and misses at a changeup low and out. Elder's working him low and out the entire time. First time he gets him to foul it off, but then this time he just swings and misses. So now Garcia will take a timeout on an 0-2 count. He steps back in now. Elder gets his sign. The Elder comes set. The 0-2 to Garcia. Garcia swings and fouls this one off. Third base side, and we'll do 0-2 again. Sandy Leon, the catcher, set up high. I can tell you where the catcher has sign is setting up. Leon's very obvious with it. So it'll be 0-2, 2 outs. Elder steps back onto the rubber. I don't know why Siri just came up, and now that makes me behind a little bit. Earl Elder will come set. I apologize if I'm more behind ESPN. 0-2. Garcia swings and fouls this one off, and it'll do 0-2 again. If I'm a little behind, I'll try to go plus 10. Maybe I'm 10, 15 seconds behind. So I'll go plus 10 on the stream so I can see the game a little more updated. So it'll be 0-2, 2 outs here to Louis. Elder working with a runner on second. Kim slightly holding him on. Here's the 0-2. Setting up outside. The pitch is low with a changeup, and it'll be a 1-2 count. 1-2, 2 outs. So it'll be 1-2, 2 outs. The pitch to Garcia. Garcia swings and just pops this one up on the infield. Albies is under it, and Ozzy Albies will make the catch for out number 3, inning over. So Garcia's retired there, and that'll end the inning. The Nationals leave a runner in scoring position. They leave Nunez at second when he almost got doubled off. Almost pulled a Dom Smith and Austin Riley. But this time he gets back safely. 1 hit, a man left on. As we head to the bottom of the third, it is still the Nationals 0, the Braves 0. So neither offense really able to get going. It says now who will score first. That's the question. Who's going to put up a run on the board? Who's going to want to do it first? Who's going to be the first guy? Who's going to be first drawn blood? So we're going to head to the bottom of the third inning. Thanks to everyone who's already tuning in with us. Thanks for hanging out on stream. So my screen won't let me skip too much. So to be Ha-Seong Kim, Sandy Leon, and Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves in the bottom of the third for Meatball Michaelis to face. Thanks to everyone who's already tuning in as we get ready for bottom of the third. Remember, no spoilers in the chat. That's the one thing. ESPN is just there to update you on what is going on in case you want an update. As we get ready for the bottom of the third, here we go. We're going to get going in just a moment. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the stream. Let's try to see if we can hit 240 tonight. The important thing is hit the like button. And we got 5. Let's go. So now it'll be Meatball Michaelis to go to his second inning of work, real name Miles. But we call him Meatball over here as Miles Michaelis will get ready to go back into the wind. Here's his first pitch to Ha-Seong Kim. That is low and out with a slider, and it'll be a 1-0 count. That was 88 miles an hour on the slider. It'll be a 1-0. Kim hitting 115, no home runs and an RBI. 349 OPS, the 1-0. It is low and out with a slider, and it'll be a 2-0 count now. Bottom of the third here, no blood drawn from either team, 0-0. Neither team looking to make a mistake here, defensively or offensively. The 2-0, and Kim fouls this one, first base side, and it'll be a 2-1 count. Which team's offense can blow up first? Nationals only have 4 more runs scored than the Braves this season. We talked about that once again on the pregame show. You can listen to those or watch them however you want to. They come out before series start. The 2-1, and this is fouled back, and we'll do 2-2. Check out the pregame shows for every series, doing every series. I started a couple weeks ago, and we're just going to keep going until the end of the season. I put out pregame insights, everything you need to know. Just storylines, insights, stats, everything you want before you come into a series for the Washington Nationals. So Michaelis will go into the wind. Here comes the 2-2. Low ball 3 with a slider, and that fills up the count to 3-2 with that low and out slider. Michaelis working his second inning. He got 3 batters faced last inning after the hit and the double play. So Michaelis into the wind. The 3-2 to Kim. Swinging a fly ball foul back, and we'll do 3-2 again. On deck is Sandy Leon, the veteran catcher. He is not their normal starter, but he's here doing the catching tonight. Remember the days of Travis d'Arnaud. As Michaelis will go back into the wind. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, high and in. Strikeout number 1 for Miles Michaelis. First strikeout for the Nationals. On the defensive side, strikeout number 1, he just threw that fastball high and in, and Ha-Seong took a nice hack and lost his helmet in the process. He took a huge hack and lost his helmet. And that's a strikeout for Miles Michaelis. We'll call him Miles for a little while. Meatball will now face Sandy Leon in the wind. First pitch to Leon is low and inside, ball 1 with a sinker, and it'll be a 1-0 count. Be surprised if Leon's ever caught Michaelis. 133 average, no home runs, no RBIs with an OPS of 267. The 1-0, and Leon swings and hits this one out to right, coming in right fielder Cruz going out second baseman. Cruz going to have to jog in a little bit here and make the catch for out number 2. Dylan Cruz retires Sandy Leon. Retires is a strong word, and me foreshadowing his future. So that's 2 outs here in the third, and that'll flip the lineup over. First time through, the Braves are 2 for 9. It'll be Ronald Acuna Jr. now, 259 average. He's 0 for 1 in the game, flew out to right. Michaelis into the wind, first pitch to Ronald. He swings and chops this one foul, third base side, put him down to 1 knee after a big hack. It'll be 0-1. Took a huge hack there. He also drags his front toe when he swings, so maybe that threw him off balance. Michaelis into the wind, the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, this is going to be the shortstop. Abrams makes a clean play, fires to first, in time for the out, takes Garcia off the bag. Now Acuna will start going backwards. Garcia kind of walking after him. They're both walking, and now Acuna will stop and get tagged. So Acuna wasn't ready to be retired there just yet. Was not ready to be taken out of the game. Michaelis goes 1-2-3 in the inning. No runs, no hits. None left on base through the first 3 innings of this game. We're a third of the way through. Nationals 0, Braves 0 as we head to the 4th inning. I would not think this would be a scoreless game in the fourth. If you ask me, I think either team would have a run by now. That's at least what I thought. I thought at least one of the teams would have a run by now. Either one. I don't know which one it would be, but I thought at least one of them would have a run. It'll be Meade, Abrams, and Cruz for the Nationals. They'll have the heart of the lineup, 3, 4, and 5 in the fourth inning. Well, 3 innings, 5 innings also for the rain delay rules here and postponement rules. 5 innings is considered a full game. If you can only get through 5, you played, or 4.5 in case home teams winning. But that works through 6 innings, 7 innings, 8 innings, or 9 innings as well. 5 or more, that rule applies. So if there's rain and you can't play for the rest of the night, it ends after 5. So hopefully we get through 9 innings. Let's hope we don't just have 5. We're already through 3, though. Maybe we get through this fast enough they beat the thunderstorms. More rain's coming tomorrow. It'll be a 4:10 start. If the Nationals cannot play tomorrow, if we get postponed or anything to Sunday, what I will probably do is we'll call the Red Wings game because they're in Massachusetts. They're not getting too much rain over there in Massachusetts, so we might watch the Red Wings game. Or we watch a different MLB game. I'll put out a poll or something. And then Sunday, they shouldn't have rain. So I think the Nationals and the Braves should be good for at least Sunday, maybe even a doubleheader on Sunday. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. So we'll see Curtis Meade lead it off against Elder for his 4th inning of work. A lot of these stands are also covered here at Truist Park. They've got a good roof, though they don't have an actual dome or anything. They've got a good cover over the stands most of the time, so most of the fans should be covered. Nice and lit up in Atlanta. First pitch to Curtis Meade. Meade takes outside, and it'll be a 1-0 count. No runs still. We're scoreless into the fourth. So both teams who are good offensively are going to be good defensively tonight. The pitch to Meade is high ball 2. It'll be a 2-0 count. That was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, so it'll be a 2-0 count. Elder checks his sign. He goes back into the line. The 2-0. Called. Strike 1 with a sinker, and it'll be a 2-1 count. Clips the zone there. A little low. Meade wears number 45 on field. The Nationals no longer have a number on the front of their alternate blues. Here's the 2-1. Just outside. Ball 3 with a sinker, and that'll make it a 3-1 count. 3-1, no outs. That one was outside. Looking at the replay. Was off by maybe an inch or two. Elder in the line. The 3-1. And Meade crushes this one down the third base line, but it'll be 3-2. That one was hit foul, but he got a good piece of it. I don't know why I said crush. It was more just hit it. This would be 3-2. Didn't get the best piece of it. Thought he had a barrel on it for a second the way it looked at first, but it really just chopped. This would be 3-2 now. Base hit ball 4 here would be nice. Either one. On deck is CJ. Elder into the line. The 3-2 to Meade. Called. Strike 3 on a sinker. That one clipped the high and outside part of the zone. Strikeout number 3 for Elder. Second one looking on the night. So there you go. Strikeout number 3, second looking. He's painting a little bit. Bob Ross seemed to be working with Bryce Elder before this game because he is painting. So it'll be C.J. Abrams now. First in the league in RBIs. 4th in on-base percentage. The pitch to Abrams. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it'll be a 1. That one was high and out a little bit. 10 home runs. Not too much on the home run leaderboard, but he's still double digits, and it's May. The 0-1. And Abrams swings and pops this one up to center. This one hit decently well into right center. Right fielder and center fielder converging. It'll be the right fielder Acuna for out number 2. So 2 outs now. They looked like they may have collision. They might have ended a collision if they kept going. It was right in the middle of the 2, and Acuna calls off Michael Harris, the center fielder, for out number 2. So now to be Dylan Cruz, who's 0 for 1. First pitch to Cruz. That is in there, called strike 1. So it'll be 0-1 to Cruz. 2 outs here in the fourth. Here's the pitch to Cruz, and he fouls this one off. So it'll be 0-2 now. So it'll be 0-2 now. So it'll be 0-2, 2 outs. 50 pitches for Elder now. Elder into the wind. Here's the 0-2 to Cruz. Swinging a chopper. This is to the third baseman. Cruz is hustling, though, and it's off the glove of Austin Riley. Dylan Cruz will be safe at first, and Dylan Cruz gets the Nationals a break. A runner on first now. So I'm wondering what they're going to call this. Dylan Cruz was hustling down the box, though. He got down that line hard. Chopper to third. Riley was thinking throw first, and he went to pick it, and the ball went into the air when he went to pick it. So there's probably will be an error. It went off his glove. So there's 2 outs and a runner on first. Here's the pitch. So in a ground ball foul first base side. It'll be 0-1. Looking at the official scoring attempt here. They're going to say he got a single. So MLB's going to give him a single. Dylan Cruz has a knock. Good job, Dylan. Maybe it's because he would have beaten it anyway. Maybe that's what they're calling it. Dylan Cruz was hustling out of the box, though, and it wasn't hit too hard. This will be 0-1 now. Cruz, good lead away from first. He's always a threat to go to. Fast hustler. The 0-1 to Lyle. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Back pick over to first. Not in time, says first base umpire Culpa. Wasn't too close. Yeah, that was not close at all. Cruz was able to get in with his non-sliding mitt hand. So it'll be 0-2, 2 outs. Lyle with a runner on first. As you know, Lyle had that streak last year with all those triples. Be nice for him to have some triples this year as well. Here comes the 0-2 to Lyle. Leon set up outside. Pickoff attempt over to first. Back in safely is Cruz. That's only technically the first disengagement. The first one was a back pick by catcher Leon. 0-2. Cruz getting a nice lead there. He'll take maybe a couple more steps than he did now. He's there. The 0-2 outside, ball 1. So 1-2. He was on the edge. He was dancing over there. He looked like he wanted to go. So 1-2, 2 outs. Coming set is Elder at the belt. He'll go back over to first. Back in safely is Cruz. So that's a second disengagement now. Now Elder will call for a new ball now. Or something. He's asking for a new pitch comm. Or he wants a new baseball, and something's up with the pitch comm. So he wanted a new baseball. Looks like that one was dirty. So 1-2, 2 outs. Cruz getting a good lead away now. He can go here because the pitcher does not have a disengagement. If he is safe here, then he gets the free back. The 1-2. High ball 2. The throw down. Dylan Cruz is safe off the glove of Ha-Seong Kim. The throw was a one-hopper over there, and Cruz is in safely. So that's a stolen base. 2 stolen bases now in the game for the Nationals. So a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Can the Nationals capitalize? 2 outs with a chance to get a run here with a runner at second. A fast runner, too. Elder comes set. The 2-2 to Lyle. Swinging a ground ball. The first baseman, Olsen, fields it. He'll take it himself for out number 3, and that ends the inning. So it's a 3 unassisted to end the inning. 1 hit. 1 man left on base. Once again, the offense cannot get going here. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's still the Nationals 0, Braves 0. So a pitching matchup here, surprisingly. Wow. So we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Dubon, Olsen, and Albies for the Braves, who combined, they're 1 for 3. Dubon had a hit. It was the double back in the first. Can the Nationals hold him off? Can Meatball hold these guys off? He's given up 1 hit so far through the 6 batters he's faced. He's cruising out there. A good 4 or 5 innings from Michaelis would be great. Of course, Little had that miracle where every barrel they had, none of them got out, none of them really were hits. I think that was amazing. That the fact that he was able to do that. That Zach Little survived by giving up so many barrels, and they just couldn't hit him out. And the wind was blowing in too, so nothing was sneaking out of here. So head bottom 4. So we've got a lot of sports going on. MLB and then NBA's later tonight. I believe Spurs and Thunder play again tonight. That'll be a good game for NBA fans, if you're an NBA fan. I'm assuming NBA fans are following that. But if you're an MLB fan, stay right here. We got a good game going right here on District Nation. We got some good baseball going on, and we got 6 likes on the stream. Let's go, everybody. Thanks for hitting that like button. Help out the stream. We got a few people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the stream just a little bit. So it'll be CJ Abrams at short. They're just showing him here. They're showing him here a little bit. It'll be Marcio Dubon, who's 1 for 1 in the game. Michaelis into the line. The first pitch to the ready Dubon. Oh, wow. Good curveball there. 76-mile-an-hour curveball. Got Dubon to step out for a second, and it cuts right back into the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. Good pitch there. It's Michaelis into the line, the 0-1. It's a fastball outside at 87, and that evens up the count at 1-1. Bottom 4 here, Truist Park. We're into the bottom of the 4th. No droplets just yet of rain. Here comes the 1-1. Just low ball to the sinker, and that'll make it a 2-1 count. So I don't think any of the Nationals pitchers have been challenging lately. We haven't seen too many of them challenging. Haven't seen Michaelis do too much. He's old-fashioned. He's going to follow the umpire's ruling. The 2-1. Low and out, ball 3. It'll be a 3-1 count now. So now Michaelis has to come to Dubon with a good pitch, who's 264, 3 home runs, 28 RBIs, with a 7.22 OPS. Michaelis into the line. The 3-1. Swinging a fly ball, deep right field. Cruz going back. A few steps in front of the track. He makes the catch for out number 1. So another one retired by Miles Michaelis, who's just starting to cruise a little bit. He's finding his groove. Go to work, Miles Michaelis. So that's out number 1. So now it'll be Matt Olson, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Michaelis will go back into the wind, facing the lefty Olson. The pitch. Inside, called strike 1. So Millis did not catch the ball, and that was called strike 1. So Millis gets the call from Tom Hanahan behind the plate. Gets a nice call there. Got the benefit of the doubt there. The 0-1. Swinging a foul back, and we'll do 0-2 now. Olson just got a piece of that one. So Michaelis now has Olson, one of the best hitters in the MLB, on an 0-2 count. Is he going to be able to retire him right here? Right here, right now. Maybe go to the curveball. I'd say go to the curveball. Try to get him looking. Here comes the 0-2, the pitch. Low ball one with a changeup, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Almost got to the dirt on that one. Gets away from the catcher, Millis. We'll get a new ball put in play. So 1-2 count. Michaelis steps back onto the rubber. Waits for his sign. Meatball will go back into the windup. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a chopper. This is going to be up the middle. Abrams plays it. Fires it to first in time for the out on the chopper right up the middle. Makes 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. So 2 outs by Michaelis here in the 4th. Dubon and Olson retired. So now it'll be Ozzy Albies, who's 0 for 1. Lovelady was able to get him on a ground out in the 1st. Abrams has had plenty of action over there at short. 3 put out so far. Michaelis into the wind. First pitch to Ozzy Albies, the lefty. Oh, another curveball that bends in there, called strike 1. 77 miles an hour and just lets it float into the strike zone. 274 average for Albies. Meatball, wearing number 36, goes in the line. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, foul first base line. Garcia tried to play it in foul territory, gets away from him. So it'll be 0-2 now. 0-2, 2 outs. We go to the 5th inning. We'll check up on some other MLB scores. Check it out, see what's going on there all around the league. As Michaelis has an 0-2 count now. He goes into the wind. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Albies, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be the second baseman, Nunez. Fields it cleanly. Goes to first in time for the out. And Miles Michaelis grabs a 1-2-3 inning. Meatball is, as we would say, no plain meatballs tonight. No plain meatballs being thrown in the zone. 3 good innings from Meatball Michaelis after Lovelady has a good inning. That's a 1-2-3 inning. On that pitch right there, Michaelis just kind of threw a pitch low, and Albies just kind of threw his bat at a bad pitch that was low. He just kind of reached at it and just poked it to the second baseman, Nunez. So that will end the inning. For scoreless innings now, we'll head to the 5th. It'll be Young, Millis, and Nunez. See Young, who struck out, Millis grounded out, and Nunez had the single. So that's the box score for these three. So they're going to face Elder for the second time. We'll check up on some other MLB scores. Looking at the poll here, Nationals are winning in the poll. Let's go. I think some people are rooting for the Nats, but at the same time, they think the Braves are going to win. That's a couple people. I'm rooting for the Nats, but I think if the Braves offense explodes on Michaelis, it's not going to be fun. Checking up on some other scores around the league. Phillies and Guardians scoreless through 6. Rays and Yankees scoreless through 4. Pirates losing to Blue Jays 3-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Red Sox have a 4-3 lead on the Twins in the top of the 4th inning. Mets and Marlins all knotted up at 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers and Orioles. Tigers have a 2-0 lead. Soto had a home run over there in the Mets-Marlins game. Mariners-Royals 0-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Dodgers-Brewers. Brewers have a 4-0 lead up on the Dodgers. Coming up at 9:38, it's going to be Rangers-Angels. At 9:40, Rockies D-backs. And at 9:40, Athletics-Padres and Giants-White Sox. Going to be getting underway at 10:15. It's in San Francisco. The Astros just beat the Cubs 4-2, and the Cardinals-Reds game got postponed. So those are all 30 teams for you in today's baseball games. I think I'm going to end up after this game following the Athletics games. Whenever I'm done with the day, Athletics just happen to be on because they're West Coast, so they're kind of my West Coast team. When I have to watch something late at night or listen to something before bed, flip on their Athletics radio or flip on Athletics TV. Elder into the line. First pitch to Young is high, ball 1 with a sinker, and it'll be a 1-0 count. And it's not like it's bad to root for the Athletics by that point. They're not a team we're rivals with. We don't play them that much. It's not like they're in our way to make the playoffs. The 1-0 and Young lines this one to left field. That's a base hit in front of Marcio Dubon. And Jacob Young has a base knock here to start the 5th. Nationals going to start this inning off right with a hit. So Jacob Young's 1 for 2 on the day. Now, can they capitalize? That'll bring up Drew Millis, the catcher. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out. Something here that isn't a double play would be nice. Get Young to second here. Or maybe even send him. Young got a good lead now. I think he might go first pitch. He's got a good lead. First pitch, he does not go the pitch. And this one is swung on and popped up to left center, going out as the center fielder, coming in left fielder. It's going to be the left fielder Dubon to make the catch. In between the shortstop, center fielder, and left fielder, Dubon was the one to take charge and make the catch. Young can go nowhere but back to first. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. I'll bring up Nasim Nunez. I think a stolen base and a bunt here would be nice, because then you get Wood up with a runner on third, possibly. But Young's got to steal second first, and that's something very hard to do. 194 average for Nunez, no home runs, but he's been affecting the field a lot. Nunez takes a slider in there called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. Top of the 5th, all knotted up at 0-0. Nationals can score a lot of runs, but they can do this too. They can be in pitching matchups. They've been doing that more lately. The 0-1 is high, ball 1 with a fastball at 92. I'll make the count 1-1. Wonder how long it's been since the Nationals went 2 games in a row without a home run. The 1-1, and this one's looped to the second baseman. Young was on the move, though, so that'll move Young up to second. So Young went to steal second there, and Nunez just kind of bloops that one out to second, and the second baseman always played it off of a bounce and could only go to first for 1 out. So now runners in scoring position with 2 outs for James Wood, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Can he get going here? 251 average. The numbers say he's going to get going after 3 outs. Then he'll have a hit with that 251 average. The pitch to Wood. Wood takes low, ball 1. Leon smothers it. Young had a good secondary there. Has to get back. I would love Young to score right here. Get the Nationals on the board. Give Michaelis some run support. So 102 outs. Elder comes set. Here's the pitch. Wood swings and grounds this one foul first base side, and it'll be 1-1. Wood, yesterday as well, didn't really get much going. Had a chance to, but couldn't get going too much. Keibert Ruiz had a silent 2 for 4 yesterday, though. Had a chance at one point to tie the game, but could not. So it'll be 1-1 here. Here's the pitch to Wood. Wood takes high, ball 2, the fastball to be 2-1. Almost got him to chase it that one. Had a little bit of a check swing. Didn't go too far, though. So he did not go after it. So it'll be a 2-1 count here. Elder steps back onto the rubber. He's got his sign, and now he comes set. The 2-1 to Wood. Wood takes low ball 3 with a changeup. Once again, Leon keeps it in front, so it'd be a 3-1 count. He now calls time to get a new ball put into play. With Young over at second, if Wood can get something to the outfield for a base hit, chances are Young scores. And now have a 3-1 count, so chances are he gets a pitch in the zone. Here's the 3-1, and Wood swings and grounds this one foul first base side, and I'll fill up the count. You can realistically see the sadness in Wood's eye on that swing. You can clearly see it. He really did not like that he missed that ball. So that'll fill up the count to 3-2 as Elder comes set. The 3-2 to Wood. Wood takes inside ball 4, and James Wood will draw a walk with 2 outs. James Wood, being patient, draws a walk. That'll put 2 runners on now for Luis Garcia Jr. Luis, a good hitter, has the potential to drive in runs, a good RBI machine. But now we have a chance for a 2-out rally. The Nats can get something going. A hit here could get a rally going. On deck is Meade, but now you have the chance for a lefty-righty matchup. Going out, Leon quickly went out, said a few things to him. Now step back in. So it'll be Louie. Louie on the day. 0 for 2, a ground out, and a pop out. Not a fly out, that was a pop out. Leon set up a little outside. The pitch to Louie. Louis swings and misses at a changeup outside. No BL1. Looks like they're working Louis away with changeups and sliders. Work him outside until he hits it. He's got to hit it. He's got to prove that he can hit the ball. Elder comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Garcia. Garcia takes a changeup outside. No BL1-1. Garcia, a time ago, once upon a time, could go yard to the opposite field. And I think he still can. I think he's entering what some may call a prime. Been with DC his entire career. 6 seasons with us. The pitch is inside with a sinker that time. It'll be 2-1. Don't give him the inside pitch because he can crush it, though. A chance for the Nationals to capitalize. With a 2-1 count with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Elder steps back onto the rubber. He gets his sign. He comes set. The 2-1 to Garcia. Garcia swings and chops this one to the second baseman, Albies. He will go to first in time for out number 3, inning over. So the Braves managed to strand 2, and now Bryce Elder has worked 5 scoreless. 1 hit in the inning, 2 men left on base after the Wood walk. No runs still as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's still the Nationals 0, the Braves 0. Wow, 5 innings now of scoreless. The Nats cannot score a run. But Meatball Michaelis has also gone 3 scoreless, and Lovelady went scoreless. So 4 scoreless for the Nats defensively as well. So they're keeping up with this Nationals offense. They're keeping up with the Braves defense as well as their own defense. The Nationals playing a little differently tonight. They're focusing on the pitching. But now let's get Meatball some runs. We got to get him some runs next inning. Can't get it done in the 5th, but you'll have Meade, Abrams, and Cruz up in the 6th now. This game moving pretty quickly. We're just about an hour in, and we're already into the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Harris second, Riley, and Smith for the Braves in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll check up on NBA just because we got some NBA fans in here. They might want to hear the score. I'll get it up for you, and it's starting at 8:30, so we got 13 minutes until the game starts, and I know that'll take a while, so I'll be able to see the end. Wembanyama versus Shea. Who wins that matchup? We'll see during Game 3 who's going to get the advantage. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. They're showing off the Abrams bobblehead. That looks like an interesting bobblehead. It is a baseball card, which I think is pretty cool. Bobblehead-themed baseball cards. So Harris is second to lead it off for the Braves in the bottom of the 5th. He flew out to start Miles Michaelis' outing. Thanks to everyone who's already tuned in. As we get ready for the bottom of the 5th, thanks for tuning in with us. Got some lights tuned in, and Michaelis into the line. First pitch to him, and this is chopped up the middle. Nunez will make a play. Goes to first in time. Nice play by Nasim Nunez to get a running Michael Harris to second. So that was hit up the middle. Probably could have been Michaelis' ball, but he lets it go up the middle. So watch a replay here. This one was chopped. Michaelis misses it. It's over his head. Nunez, though, comes running. Hit between short and second. Nunez makes a play more towards second base, and he fires it over. He is a smooth second baseman. Michaelis into the wind. First pitch, and this is to Austin Riley, low and outside with the ball, and it'll be a 1-0 count. So Austin Riley was saved a little bit. He's not given an error on that young ground ball that they called a single. Or who was it that hit it? It was Nunez. Or who was it? Let me get it up here. It'll be a 1-0 here. It was Cruz, actually, the 1-0. It is outside ball 2. It was Cruz because he really hustled down the line, too. That was the interesting part. That was what I liked about it. He hustled down the line, really got down there. And you could tell he wanted it really badly. Meatball now working on a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch to Riley. That is low, ball 3 with a slider, but Millis is going to challenge it. Okay. So that was a low and in ball 3, but Millis thought it was a strike. We'll see the replay here. We're watching the ABS. And it is a strike or a ball. Nope, it is a ball. Usually it's by the color, but they didn't color it right. How much did we miss by? He missed by 0.5 inches. So misses by 0.5 inches. It'll be a 3-0. The Nationals lose a challenge. Drew Millis, yet another missed challenge. It'll be a 3-0 here. The pitch to Riley. In there, called strike 1 with a sinker, and that'll make it a 3-1 count. 3-1, 1 out. I thought that one because the color was pink. Usually pink means strike, green means ball. But I guess they sometimes don't make it that color. The 3-1. Swing and a line drive into left center. That'll be a base hit. Lyle coming in to field it, and he fires it in. Abrams tried to jump up to make a catch. He could not. And that is the second hit of the day for Austin Riley. So Austin Riley finds himself at 2 for 2. So that ends the streak of 9 batters retired in a row for Miles Michaelis. It's now to be Dom Smith again. He lined into that double play back in the second inning after the Riley single. Maybe he'll do it again. The pitch to Dom, low and in with a curveball, and it'll be a 1-0 count. Dominic Smith, when he was with the Nationals, was voted in 2023 best teammate travel fits. So that was one thing he had. Dan's in here. He says, "What up, district? What is up, Dan? Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for tuning in. A loyal mod. Thanks for tuning in here. Michael sets the 1-0 to Dom Smith. Swinging a fly ball. This is going to get just out of play, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Just gets over third base side, and it'll be a 1-1 count. So he 1-1, 1 out. Riley stole on the play, so he was on the move on that liner, where it was a good play by Dylan Cruz, and he was able to just fire it back to first base to get out number 3 on that double play back in the second. Maybe we're in the 5th. Maybe we'll get another double play. Dom in 2023 voted best teammate travel fits by the team. The pitch. In there, called strike 2, the sinker. It was a Instagram and YouTube short where he was voted best teammates travel fits. Everyone voted him. Some people voted CJ. Some people voted Michael Chavis. I think Dom looked best, though. Hunter Harvey voted himself. Kind of an interesting one. Meneses also voted himself. Classic Nats. Hunter Harvey, Joey Meneses, Dom Smith. Just some classic Nationals from 2023. That was a fun team. Maybe they weren't a good team, but it was a fun team. Kind of reminisce on the older teams. 2024, I don't reminisce on much, though. It'll be a 1-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Yes, on the fastball. Thought he got a piece of it, but Dom Smith goes down. Strike out number 2 for Meatball, and that's out number 2. So Dom Smith goes down. He's 0 for 2 on the day. That'll bring up Ha-Seong Kim. He struck out back on the 3rd to get that 3rd inning going. So Michael is trying to go 4 here. Maybe, I think if he does well here, he's only at 44 pitches. Off from a 5th inning. Here's the pitch, and that is a low and out ball 1 with a slider. If you had to keep someone we have traded in the past 6 years, who would it be? That is a good question. I'm going to take it off screen, but I'm going to answer it still because there's a lot to unpack here because I think it's a very good question because of how much we've traded away and how good people have begun to be. Here's the pitch, and that is called strike 1 with a fastball. I think just based off of performance, probably just based off loosely off performance, probably Juan because Juan Soto's been so good. He was an icon. But If we still have the players from his trade, yes. But if we don't get to keep the guys from his trade, as Michaelis goes back to first, back in safely is Riley. If we don't get to keep the players we got in the Soto trade, I don't want that because we got Susana, we got Wood, we got Hassel, we got Gore. Those are some good pieces. And, I mean, Gore's not a part of our future anymore. Hassel, I think, has a bright future. Wood obviously has a bright future. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a sinker, and it's a 1-2 count. I think the best bet here is probably Soto. Because I think so if we had signed Soto in 2025, I think it was his free agency year. Yeah, it was 2025. That would have been awesome if we could have gotten Soto back. The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball. Deep center field. Going back is Young to the track. He makes the catch on a jump up against the wall. Jacob Young with a spectacular catch up against the wall. He clicks his tongue towards the center fielder to the pitcher Miles Michaelis with a spectacular catch up against the wall. Michaelis hits his glove and gives him a point. Jacob Young gave him a tongue click. He gave him for the out number 3. What a play by Jacob Young to end the inning and keep us scoreless through 5. 1 hit, 1 man left on base, but we're still scoreless through 5 innings. It's the Nationals 0, Braves 0 as we head to the 6th inning. Okay, going back to this, though, get back on the topic on this. The thing about it is Wood and Soto would be a good pair of hitters. You can't walk one of them because if we were somehow to make the playoffs, you can't walk Wood because right behind him is Juan Soto. That would be a good pairing, and I don't think it will ever happen. James Wood and Juan Soto will never walk the same field on the same jersey, but it's cool to think about what would have been or what could have been. We'll head to the 6th. It is still somehow 0-0. I think that's a somehow quote. It's not because of how bad our offense is. It's how good our defense is being right now. That they're still hanging with them. Let's go Nats. But now I would really, really like to have an NATS Nats Woo. I'm going to have to get out another hat for it because I'd have to do this if I wanted to do NATS. I'd have to, and then get ready to do it. But I think at that point I would take off the headset and do NATS. I think by that point I would do it. Oh, if you want to know here, in the 6th inning, this hat here, this is City Connect. Here's the Metro logo inside of the hat on the inside of the brim. I think that is really cool. That it has the map of the Metro inside the hat, too. Everything has the Metro. The theme of the City Connect hats and jerseys is the Metro map. Because it's our diamond, our district. If you want, that's a really good song. I also recommend that song. They have a theme song to go with the City Connect jerseys. They have a whole music video and everything. It'll be Meade, Abrams, and Cruz for the Nationals here as we come to the 6th inning. First pitch from Elder to Meade. That's in there, called strike 1 to Meade, and it's an 0-1 count. Elder finds himself at 73 pitches. I think this could be his last inning of work. Here's the 0-1 to Meade. Low and out with a slider, and it'll even up the count at 1-1. You know, the thing is, with watching Nats baseball lately this season, we are not as much working into pitchers' pitch counts. They go deep into games against us. The 1-1 is low with a slider to be a 2-1 count. Top of the 6th here. We got a scoreless game here in Atlanta. Elder in the line. That's 2-1 to Meade. Swing and a miss at a slider low. Same spot as the one he took. This time he swings through it. So it'll be 2-2. Elder steps back onto the rubber. He will now go back to the line. Here's the pitch to Meade. Low ball 3 with a slider, and that'll fill up the count to 3-2. I think tomorrow I will wear the matching jersey with this hat because it will be a Saturday anyway, even though we're on the road. City Connect Saturday. I mean, I'll wear the matching jersey and the matching hat if I end up doing the game. Sunday I probably will too. The 3-2. Swinging a fly ball! Deep left field. Going back to the left fielder, Dubon. And that one is gone! Watch it fly. Curtis Meade with a solo home run. And the Nationals strike first. It's 1-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. The Australian slugger has himself a home run here in the 6th inning. And the Nationals strike first. Curtis Meade with his 5th home run of the year gets it going. Well, the thing was, he was starting against a righty tonight. And the Nationals put him into the starting lineup and let him rip. It's now to be CJ's turn to hit against Elder. First pitch is going to be swung on and missed on a changeup. Here we go. Join in with me, Nats fans, everywhere you are. N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! It's now to be Abrams on the 0-1 count. Abrams will take a fastball upstairs. That'll even the count at 1-1. Meade goes out to left center, gets it over the head of Marcio Dubon, and the Nationals will strike first. The 1-1 to Abrams, and now Abrams will take a fastball high and in 2-1 count now. What a home run by Curtis Meade. He's getting some big celebrations going on in the dugout. He has himself an Australian bomb. Abrams with a drive out to right, but this one will not get out of the ballpark. Going back to Acuna, and he'll make the catch. You're always really excited after a home run. If anyone ever notices that. After a home run, you're on edge for another one. You're wanting one. So now, Miles Mikolas is the pitcher of record. So go Mikolas. He's the pitcher of record now. Let's go. Let's keep this up, boys. So Abrams flies out for out number 1. First pitch to Cruz is in there, called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. But Curtis Meade goes yard. Here in the top of the 6th, he's talking to Butera. He's all happy. Here's the 0-1 to Cruz. Cruz swings and misses at a slider, and it's 0-2. So it's 0-2 now. Cruz hitting .231. No home runs, no RBIs with a .516 OPS. To be 0-2, 1 out. Elder. Back onto the rubber. Into the line. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Check swing. Did he go? And he tipped it. And that is foul tipped, and Cruz is out. Cruz didn't like the call, but looks like they're going to call him out. Didn't like that call at all. So that's strikeout number 4. Elder now at 85 pitches. Cruz down swinging on a foul tip. That's like Roger Dorn. He has several foul tips. Foul tipped into the glove. Strikeout number 4. So Elder will go with 2 outs now to face Dalen Lyle. First pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and misses at a cutter inside. That was Lyle's pitch. A little bit inside, but he can't hit it. Put it in there in the zone for him. .266 average for Lyle. 7 home runs. 2 outs. The pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and a fly ball. Deep right field. Going back to Acuna. At the track. At the wall. And he makes the catch. Almost out of here. Dalen Lyle gives that one a ride, but it just can't get out of here. So that's out number 3. Dalen Lyle almost launches that one out of here. And that's out number 3, and that'll end the inning. So Miles Mikolas is going to go out for a 6th inning of work, or 5th inning of work for him, but he's the pitcher of record. 1 run on 1 hit, no man left on base. But the Nationals take the lead here in the 6th. It's now the Nationals 1, the Braves nothing, as we get ready for the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Leon in the top of the lineup, so Acuna Jr. and Dubon. The Nationals getting on the board with a Curtis Meade bomb. He's in the 3-hole and he's acting like it. He was facing a righty, though. He doesn't usually face righties. He usually gets in during lefties. But he got on Elder on his 3rd at-bat of the game. He's 2 for 3 on the day. And it is not a quiet 2 for 3 now. The 1 run of the game so far. And now Meatball will have to face Acuna, though, for the 2nd time in this game. Every other batter so far has already faced him twice, except for Acuna. Acuna is the only one to face him once. Or actually, no. Only Harris II, Riley, Smith, Kim, and so far have faced him twice. The other guys have not. So this is going to be the one time he does. It'll be the 9-hole hitter, Leon. A home run for Curtis Meade to get the game going for the Nats. So let's go. Let's go Nats. N-A-T-S. Let's go, boys. Get one out of here. Watch it fly. So to be bottom of the 6th, watch it fly. Best home run call. Love calling watch it fly. So to be bottom of the 6th, Sandy Leon will hit. He's 0 for 1. The Nationals, though, have a 1-0 lead now. Mikolas working off the lead. The Brave Stadium not too packed tonight. Truist Park didn't bring in too many fans, especially because of the threat of thunderstorms. But it is still a Friday night. Miles Mikolas, 4 innings. He only given up 2 hits so far. He has 2 strikeouts, too. No walks. So he hasn't given up any free passes now. No hit by pitches, no walks, no anything. He is making him work. He'll face now a pinch hitter here. We're going to get a pinch hitter for the catcher, Leon. It's going to be Mike Yastrzemski to pinch hit. I am so surprised I said that right on the first try. Mike Yastrzemski. He'll pinch hit. He's a pinch hitter here in the 6th, so they're going to send up a lefty against him, but it's a lefty anyway. The pitch is going to be a curveball high and out, ball 1. Wanted to get that one to dunk into the zone, but it does not. So I believe Mike Yastrzemski's a catcher. So I'm assuming he's going to be able to take over behind the plate because I don't have any room to put in a third player possibly. Here's the 1-0 in my scorebook leash. Here's the 1-0. That's a curveball. This time it dunks into the zone at 74 miles an hour, and that evens up the count at 1-1. So it'll be 1-1 count now. Michaelis will go back into the line. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a sinker, and it's a 1-2. Michaelis going right back to work challenging these hitters. Now he has a tiny bit of run support. Not the most run support. Now, time called here. Yastrzemski steps back into the box. The alternate Reds for the Braves tonight. They're wearing their red uniforms as mentioned earlier this game. Nats wearing their alt blues. The 1-2. Low and out with a slider, and that evens up the count at 2-2. So it is, Mike Yastrzemski is a switch hitter. I believe he is their starting catcher. So he's just going to get to pinch hit for Leon, who only got the first 6 innings of work. He had 1 at-bat, and he flew out to right. The 2-2. Swing! And a miss at a sinker that was foul-tipped into the glove, but nevertheless, a strikeout for Miles Michaelis, who is serving up only one thing tonight, and that thing is spicy and meatballs. Miles Michaelis going to work. Strikeout number 3 of Mike Yastrzemski now. Out number 1, so now face the top of the order, and it's going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. First pitch to Acuna. This one is swung on and missed on a fastball right in there at 94. After a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, I feel like that sets up something like a 74-mile-an-hour curveball low and out. Get him on his toes and then just throw something completely slow over the plate. Into the wind, here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to right center. Going back is Cruz to the gap, but Dylan Cruz makes the catch on the track towards the gap for out number 2. So, Ronald Acuna Jr. has been retired 3 consecutive times tonight. First by Lovelady, then twice by Michaelis. So this opener thing seems to be working. Miles Michaelis also at 55 pitches. So you can see it as a starter is technically into the 6th with 55 pitches. Even if it's not the complete starter and Lovelady pitched the first inning, this is a guy who can work farther into the game. Now it's going to be in there, called strike 1 with a sinker, and it's an 0-1 count. Even if he gets taken out of the 6th, it's a good game so far. Michaelis going to work. No plain meatballs tonight. Only spicy arabana meatballs, the 0-1. And this one is fouled. This one, Mill is going to give it a look. This one will get out of play, and it'll be 0-2. So retired 3 in a row now after that hit back in the 5th, or that's 4 in a row after the hit. So it'll be 0-2. Michael is now nearing 60 pitches, but he's in his 5th inning of work, so he's cruising out here. Spicy meatballs are being served at the lunch table tonight. Michaelis into the wind. Here comes the 0-2. Low and out with a sweeper that time, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Rarely see that sweeper out of Michaelis' back pocket. Keeps it in there for good luck. Keeps that sweeping curve in there just for kicks a little bit. Just having it in there to sit. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's a base hit poked out there by Marcio Dubon. Just able to get a little piece of it and poke it out there. So that's a second hit of the night for Dubon. Gives his batting gloves to first base coach Richardson. He has a base knock to right center. The righty just he took his back foot and stepped out. He didn't even step out with his front foot. He stepped out with his back foot backwards and managed to poke it out to right field for a base knock. Dubon here is going to get taken out of the game, or is he? Or he's going to go over talk. Simon Matthews at least going to come out and talk to Meatball here, who's serving up no plain meatballs tonight. So it looks like Dubon's still in the game. He's just walking away to check on something, maybe get a sliding mitt of some sort. So 2 outs now, and Simon Matthews will talk on Michaelis. Now the umpire, Hanahan, will come out and break this mound visit up. So Simon Matthews just talked to his guy, make sure he's okay. People are trying to get some sort of rally going, but it's a 1-0 game here. You're losing to the Nats. Looks like it was a cowboy hat giveaway tonight. Trying to get something going here. It'll be Matt Olson, the lefties, 0 for 2. 271 average, 14 home runs, 42 RBIs with a 912 OPS. Probably one of their better offensive guys. Here's the pitch from Michaelis. Low ball one with a changeup, and it'll be a 1-0 count. Now I'm starting to think they're through their third time through the order. I think you can start thinking about throwing it over the pen. Maybe bring out a lefty. Michaelis sets. That always happens your third time through the order. Even though this is technically, Michaelis will go over to first. Back in safely is Dubon with no dive. First attempt there by Michaelis. So be 1-0 here. Michaelis sets. He's waiting. Now the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul third base side, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. So it's 1-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Olson, a dangerous hitter. League leader in homers. Or not the league leaders, one of the league leaders. So he's a threat to go yard at any point, but no spicy meatballs can be hit by Matt Olson, though, if Michaelis throws the right one. Here is the 1-1. Low ball 2 with a slider, and it's 2-1. I'd like to see in this situation, maybe Beater out of the 7th inning. And then you have Schultz ready for the 8th, or maybe you go 8th inning, maybe Parker. Let's go Mitchell Parker, 7th inning. Get 2 innings out of Parker, and then you have Varland set up for the 9th. And that is not because Gus Varland's on my fantasy team. The 2-1. Low ball 3 with a changeup, and it's 3-1. He is on my fantasy team, but I just think Gus Varland's probably our best arm out of the pen. No one has Varland rostered. It's crazy, and he has a lot of good outings. So the Nats are heavily shifted on Olson here. Meade is the only one on the left side of the field. Abrams barely there. Now Michaelis will turn around and go over for a second time. Back in safely is Dubon. So it's a 3-1 count, and Michaelis now has 2 disengagements. That cannot be good, because now you can't throw a pitch out to try to get him out, because then it's a ball 4. You have to throw a strike in there, and I think Dubon knows that. The 3-1. Curveball in there, called strike 2. So Dubon didn't go, and Michaelis snuck a curveball into the zone. So that fills up the count, and he sneaks a curveball in there. Michaelis looking for his sign. He comes set. He's waiting. The 3-2. Swinging a foul left side, and we'll do 3-2 again. That was a fastball at 94. Dubon obviously was on the move. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners are always going there, because anything can happen. So 3-2, 2 outs. Michaelis comes set. He's waiting. He delivers. Swinging a fly ball. Deep center. Going back is Young, but Young has a play. He makes the catch. A few steps in front of the track, and that's out number 3, inning over. Miles Michaelis gets out of it by serving up no plain meatballs. He goes 5 great innings. 1 hit in the inning. 1 man left on base is Dubon. He's stranded at first, and we're through 6. The Nationals continue to have a 1-0 lead through 6 innings. Man, that Curtis Meade home run was huge. The 1 run in the game so far. But now I love Michaelis and all. He's had a great game. Throw it to the bullpen. I really hope they throw it to the pen now. Worked 5 good innings. Now bring someone out. I'm assuming maybe this is the time for the Braves to go to the pen. 6 innings worked from Elder. He was in the 80s in his pitch count. I'm assuming they're going to get rid of him now. Maybe they'll throw it to the pen as well. It's going to be Nunez or Young, Millis, and Nunez for the Nationals. Wondering if there's any final scores in the league. Still no finals, really. The only final so far is the Astros-Cubs. Any big blowouts or anything to talk about? Brewers, looks like they're beating up on the Dodgers 5-0 in the 4th. Mariners and Royals still scoreless. The Orioles just put up 6. They now have a 6-4 lead. At one point in the game, the Tigers had a lead. They had a lead 2-0 at one point, and then the Baltimore Orioles put up 3, and then the Tigers responded with 2, but Jackson Holliday had other things to say. Jackson Holliday, in a 4-4 game, it was tied, was hitting. He had a runner at second with a 2-1 count. The pitch from Flaherty was right in the zone, and Holliday drove it to left center field, and that one just snuck out of the Orioles ballpark, just about 340, maybe 340 feet, just to sneak it out of there, and Jackson Holliday has a home run. So that's a little MLB Roundhouse for you, updating you on other scores around the league, other great events. So we'll head to the 7th inning now. Looks like Michaelis is over. He has his hat off. Wondering maybe that's the end of his day. Now Young will take upstairs ball 1. We got a new arm in the game. Elder is over. It is going to be Fuentes now to pitch. Elder worked good 6 innings, but it'll be Fuentes to pitch to Young. Called strike 1 with a fastball high in. This is Didier Fuentes to pitch in this game. Here's the pitch to Young. Swinging a fly ball. This one is out to right. Going back is right fielder Acuna. A few steps back, he'll make the catch for out number 1. So first batter is retired, worked by Fuentes. Sets out number 1. He sits down. Young. He throws a fastball, a slider, and a splitter. 71% of the time with the fastball. 20 times with the slider. 4% with the splitter. So expect the fastball. That is what I learned from that. 5 hits given up by Elder. Only 1 run. It was earned. Don't think he walked anybody. No, he didn't. So it'll be Drew Millis now. The pitch to Millis. He takes outside ball 1 with a slider. So that's the one of 3 other pitches he might throw. No walks surrendered by Elder. 4 strikeouts by Elder, though. Now it'll be Fuentes here in the 7th. The 1-0 is high ball 2, and it'll be a 2-0 count. This will be 2-0, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and Millis fouls this one off third base side. It'll be a 2-1 count. This will be 2-1, 1 out. Into the wind. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Millis. Swinging a looper into left field. That's a base hit. He just sneaks that one over the shortstop Kim's head, and Drew Millis has a base knock here in the 7th inning. Would expect Millis to be the one to get the hit, but Millis has the hit. Drew Millis going to work. So Fuentes surrenders his first hit of the game. Of his game so far. Now to be Nassim to hit from the left side with 1 out and a runner on. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Had a stolen base back in the 3rd as well after his hit. Coming sets Fuentes. The pitch to Nassim. Nassim swings and grounds this one foul first base side, and it'll be 0-1. Nunez has a 193 average. He's 1 for 2 today. 15 RBIs, a 516 OPS. The offense is not the reason he's being kept around here in the starting lineup. It's the defense. He's been a really good defender. Here comes the 0-1 to Nunez. Nunez swings and fouls this one off. Left field side, it'll be 0-2 now. I bet here Fuentes breaks out a once-in-a-blue-moon splitter right here. Or maybe he's thrown so little pitches, he threw it once, and it's just on there on the report as Fuentes checks on the runner. He comes set. At the belt, Fuentes fires. Low and in, ball 1. Yastrzemski smothered it, though, and it'll be a 1-2 count. So I believe that is Yastrzemski over there, 3rd. Well, that's a new catcher. Who is that? That's a new guy out there. Who is that? I have no idea who that is in that spot now. His coming set is Fuentes. Here comes the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul, and we'll do 1-2 again. That was foul left side. Who is that catcher? It's Tromp now into the game. Spelled Tromp. So he's coming into the field. In the 7th, here comes Fuentes sets the 1-2 to Nunez. Swinging a foul again on a high fastball. So he's put into the game in Yastrzemski's spot, who pinch hit. Tromp entered into the game after Yastrzemski's pinch hit opportunity. So I'm assuming Tromp's going to get in that bat, though. Here comes the 1-2 to Nunez. He steps out, and it's ball 2. Time was called by Nunez. He should have taken time. It was a ball. So we 1-2, 1 out. If he hadn't taken time and just stepped out, it would have been called a ball, and the count would have been 2-2. But instead, it's a 1-2 count, and he used his timeout. So it'll be 1-2 count here. The pitch from Fuentes. Swinging a line drive left field, but it'd be foul again. Here we go, Nats. Let's get something going here. Top of the 7th, got a runner on. Let's get the Nats going. Looks like Cade Smith just got a save for the Guardians. Just got the notification. Also, on my fantasy team. So we 1-2, 1 out. The pitch to Nunez. Swinging a foul off on the slider, and we'll do 1-2 again. So Nunez being scrappy up there. Just driving Fuentes' pitch count up to 1-2 again. So we 1-2, 1 out. Fuentes checks on the runner. He comes set at the belt. He fires to the left-hander Nunez. The pitch. Swinging a foul left field line again. So another foul ball by Nunez, who's working really hard during this at-bat. When is he going to barrel sling and have a base hit? Wow, that's a lot of cowboy hats out there. There's a lot of cowboy hats. A lot of people wearing the hat they got in the giveaway. But I'll be honest, if I got a hat for a giveaway, I'd probably wear it the entire game too. I mean, I just usually never do. I go for the bobbleheads and other fun giveaways. The 1-2. Nunez takes a splitter down low. Fuentes threw the splitter. He finally threw the splitter. That evens up the count at 2-2. Wow, finally threw it. As Fuentes checks, he now comes set. The 2-2 to Nunez. Nunez swings and drives this one to right center, coming into the right fielder Acuna. Acuna will make the catch for out number 2. Nunez got a good piece of that, put it out to right center, but it's not going to be anything. I was just put into the gap. A little harder, and that's a triple, though. Get a little more power on it, and now it'll be James Wood with a runner on first and 2 outs. He's 0 for 2. Had a strikeout in the first, a fly out in the third, and a walk in the 5th. Coming set. Fuentes. Here comes the pitch to Jimmy Wood. Wood takes a slider in there, called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. So it looks like Wood's going to challenge this call. He thought it was a ball. We'll see here. Here's the pitch, and it was a strike. Wow, that was not a good ABS challenge, and the Nationals were out of ABS challenges. That was in the zone. It was low, right in there in the zone. So the Nationals are out of challenges here. But Wood's such a big guy, you can't even tell what a strike is with him. Butera does not look happy. You can't really tell anything with Butera. He looks nothing there. He even still has a semi-grin. And Wood swings and fouls this one off, and it'll be 0-2. So in the 7th inning or later this season, Wood's hitting .300 with 7 doubles, a couple homers, 14 RBIs, and he's scored 16 times. So in that case, let's let Wood hit here in the 7th inning. So, 0-2. Here's the pitch from Fuentes. Wood takes a slider down low, and it'll be a 1-2 count. The Nationals are out of ABS challenges now. It's be 1-2, 2 outs. Fuentes gets his sign. He's waiting. Now he's got what he likes as he checks on the runner at first in Millis, and he comes set. The 1-2 to James Wood. Wood swings and fouls this one off, and we'll do 1-2 again. So 1-2, 2 outs. So 1-2, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Leading away is Millis. He's sort of a threat to go. The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line, but it's foul, and we'll do 1-2 again. That did not look like Nunez when I saw that. Is Nunez still the runner? That's my question. Looks like Millis is still in the game. That did not look like Millis, though. The way he was stood. He did not stand like a catcher over there base running. So Fuentes checking his runner. He now comes set. Here comes the 1-2 to James Wood, the pitch. Low ball to the splitter, and it'll be a 2-2 count. So he throws a second splitter now. So he's throwing that splitter a little bit more than the numbers say he would. So now at 23 pitches, on deck is Louie. Louie on the day, he's 0 for 3. Ground out, pop out, and ground out. So it'll be 2 outs. Deuce's situation with a runner on first. The pitch to Wood. So in a ground ball off the glove of Fuentes. The second baseman Albies can't field it, and it goes towards Albies, and James Wood has a base hit. That one was off the glove of Fuentes, and it went into no man's land. Millis hustled down the line, and there you go. Wood has a single. He just hit that one off the glove of Fuentes, and Albies went towards the bag to go cover the bag on the stolen base, or even to cover it in general, and the ball went this way, and he went this way. So one ball goes one way, and then the ball goes the other way. The man goes one, the ball goes the other. It turns into a base hit, and now there's runners at first and second with 2 outs, and a time for the Nationals to try to put another one on the board. It'll be Louis to try to do it. Once again, Louis, he's 0 for 3. He could use something here, though. 255, 3 home runs. He's due. So now it'll be Garcia. 2 outs, runners on first and second. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, he's 4 for 13 with a double and 3 RBIs. Fuentes sets. The pitch to Louis. Louis takes a fastball right in there, called strike one at 97 miles an hour, and it'll be an 0-1 count. It's going to be 0-1, 2 outs. Coming sets Fuentes. The 0-1 to Garcia. Garcia check swing. Yes, he did, and it's strike 2. He took a bad hack at that one, a check swing hack, and it'll be 0-2 now. So that was a sword swing there from Garcia. It'll be 0-2. Don't think it was a swing, but he did check it. Third base umpire didn't even get to have an opinion. Hanahan said he went, the home plate umpire. So we know 2 here. The pitch to Garcia. Swing and a miss at a slider low and outside. Garcia throws his bat after doing it. Fuentes sets him down on 3 pitches, and yes, I was correct. It's going to be Mitchell Parker out of the pen for the Nationals as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Nationals get 2 hits. They leave 2 men on base. No runs in the inning. We'll head 7th inning stretch here. Headed to the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Mitchell Parker to come into the game for the Nationals. So 5 innings worked by Michaelis. Lovelady and Michaelis combined 6 innings. 3 hits given up by Michaelis. No runs. He did not give out any free passes and had 3 strikeouts. So a good game by Michaelis. Miles Michaelis, good game. Miles Michaelis had a very good game. Now Mitchell Parker will face Ozzie Albies, Michael Harris II, and Austin Riley. So 3 guys for him to face, and maybe he'll get 2 innings of work. Maybe he'll get the 7th and the 8th, and Varlin will get the 9th. So Garcia Jr., though, struck out to end that inning. He did not look happy there. Spiked his bat when that play happened. Will the Braves go back to Fuentes in the 8th inning? He did have north of 25 pitches. So I don't think they would go back to Fuentes. Fuentes is a 1-inning type of guy. So I think they'll go to someone else after 6 innings of work from Elder. But now Parker will come out of the bullpen for the Nationals after Lovelady goes 1. Michaelis goes 5. So as a combined starter, they went 6 innings. I think we can say that. As a starter, they went 6 innings of baseball. Good baseball, too. So it will be Mitchell Parker for the 7th inning of work from Atlanta, Georgia, between the Nationals and the Braves as we head to the bottom of the 7th. They're done stretching, so we're going to start playing. Looks like Christopher Sanchez had a good outing for the Phillies, so they're probably going to win. But then they're a game over 500, and the Nationals, if they win today, are only getting back to 500. It'll be Mitchell Parker here for the bottom of the 7th inning. 10 games this season with a 2-1 record, 3 holds, a 4.70 ERA. So he's been good. He has a 20.4 K percent, though. So he's been striking out guys, too. A 104 whip. Here's the pitch to Albies, and that's a curveball in there called strike 1 at 77 miles an hour. Live stream broadcast on District Nation Network, MLB Baseball Action. Yes, Charles. Parker sets. He will work out of the set position. The 0-1 to Albies. And this one is swung on and missed on a slider. Had Albies turning around and spinning after that swing. He took a huge hack. Smash some free subs and hit the like button. Thank you for reminding them. Charles, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Help out the channel. So now Parker has Albies on 0-2. Parker comes set. Comes the 0-2. Low ball one with a slider, and that'll make it a 1-2 count. If you're inspired to join in the chat, you're welcome to do so at any time. Respectfully. Thank you, Charles, for that reminder. Parker gets his sign. He likes what he got, and he comes set. Brings his hands up. He doesn't do it anymore where he brings his hands all the way up. The 1-2. Swinging a foul on the curveball at 77 miles an hour. So we'll do 1-2 again. So Parker could use a nice outing here. A nice couple innings of work. Parker could use that. Help out the Nats a little bit. He was the long man who went in the game on Monday for the Nationals when they had that trouble with the bullpen arms. He went 3, I believe, 2 or 3 innings. The pitch. So in a ground ball, this is going to be Abrams. He makes a nice play. Fires it over to first in time to get a jogging Albies for out number 1. C.J. Abrams having a lot of time over there at short. Getting a lot of balls, but he's been playing them well. So it's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Your support and contributions on District Nation Network is greatly appreciated. You are valued indeed. Thanks. Thank you, Charles. Play to win the game. Yep. The Nationals are doing that tonight. So I didn't know this stadium is located in Cumberland, Georgia. Didn't know that. The pitch is high, ball 1 to Michael Harris II. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out and a ground out. He's hitting .294 though. So we 1-0 here. Parker now has a lefty-lefty matchup to work off of. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a foul, and it'll be 1-1 now. That was back out of play. Hit off the net, so it bounces back. Our poll, now we're split 50-50. Okay, that's fine. It looks like the ESPN screen's a little behind. I'll reload that in a second. Here we go. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be Abrams gets there. Fires it to first. Not in time. Michael Harris II beats it. So Curtis Mead there trying to make a diving play. He can't make the play, and Abrams has to play it. Fires it to first. It was not in time. And Michael Harris II has a base knock. So Mead just missed it. Abrams played. He was a little slow with it. Hesitated on the throw. And Harris II was able to beat it. Michael Harris II was hustling out of the box, too. So now that'll bring up Austin Riley, who's 2 for 2 on the day. He's the only guy who's 2 for 2 on the day. The other guys up ahead who had 2 hits have been retired, though. So now it'll be Riley, the righty. The pitch is low ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count. 1-0, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 216, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs for Riley. 1 out here. Parker comes set. He's working against a righty here. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a slider, and it's 1-1. Got him with the low and inside slider there. Just locating it well. Parker now at 10 pitches here in his first inning of work. 1-1, 1 out. Parker sets. Here's the pitch. Low ball 2. Check swing, though, on the curveball. They just said he did not go. So it'll be a 2-1 count. He did not go, according to the umpire. So to be a 2-1 count. 2-1, 1 out. Parker getting his sign. He comes set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that is just high and out with a slider, and that'll make it a 3-1 count. 3-1 count now here to Riley, a dangerous hitter, with a runner on first. He's also 2 for 2. On deck is Dom Smith, though he's 0 for 2. It'd be nice to get to Dom Smith or Ha-Seong Kim with 2 outs, possibly. Either one of them. It'd be a 3-1 pitch here. Swing and a miss at a curveball, low. Wow, Parker got him to chase a pitch there on 3-1. Got him with a slow curveball. And it exited the zone at the end of that pitch. Did not find itself ending in the zone. So that'll make the count 3-2. Parker getting his signs. He now comes set again. He waits. Now the 3-2. Low and inside, ball 4, and Austin Riley's going to draw the walk. And now there's a runner in scoring position. The go-ahead run is on first, and the tying run is at second. So that'll bring up Dom Smith, who has been already lined into a double play earlier. Now Simon Matthews will call time and go out and talk to Mitchell Parker. Matthews seems to know what he talks about. A lot of Nats players have all said he knows what he's talking about as a pitching coach. He knows what he's doing. Now the Nationals need to find a way to hold him. It'll be Smith, Kim, and Tromp. I think it was Tromp. Yeah, Tromp. You need a nickname for him then. T-Romp. We should call him that. So it'll be Dom Smith now with 1 out and runners on first and second for the Braves. Surprising, the rain and thunder have held off for this game. It's 9 o'clock and we haven't had it yet. At least it's held off for just enough to get this game in. Maybe it comes after the game like it did on Thursday in D.C. It held off just long enough for the Nationals to get a game in. Dom Smith will hit now. 337 average. It's crazy that he's hitting over 330. That is crazy to me. That's Dom Smith over there. Coming set is Parker. First pitch to Dom. The pitch is low and out, ball one with a fastball. It'll be a 1-0 count. With runners in scoring position, he has a 409 average, 9 for 22. He has a double, 2 bombs, and 18 ribbies, but he's not going to have it here. The average is about to go down tonight because he's facing Mitchell Parker. Parker will now step off here. He has his first disengagement use. He probably was just uncomfortable with how he was standing. Be 1-0 here. A lefty-lefty matchup. Parker sets. Here comes the 1-0. And Dom swings and misses at a slider, and that evens up the count at 1-1. So it's 1-1, 1 out. Parker gets his sign from the catcher Millis from PitchCom. He comes set. One of the days going to come when high school and middle school get PitchCom. Here's the 1-1. Low and out with a slider, and it'll be a 2-1 count. When are a Little League coaches going to start investing in PitchCom? We're going to get that in a few years, not just MLB. And then we'll get ABS in Little League. We'll have 10-year-olds tapping their helmet. I wonder when those days will come as Parker comes set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And Dom swings and grounds this one through the hole in the right field. Rounding third, headed for home. Cruz going to fire home. And Mitchell Parker blocked it. Mitchell Parker cut off the throw. And this game is tied. Dom Smith drives in a run, and the game is tied now. Why did Mitchell Parker get in front of that throw? Let it go through. Parker instead gets a glove on the throw as it's coming in and stops it. Dom was able to drive that one in the right field, has himself an RBI single, sends Riley up to third on the play. Dylan Cruz got behind it, fired it home, and Mitchell Parker got a glove on it. Michael Harris II was hustling around third, too. So that is the first run of the game for the Braves. Runners on first and third now. It'll be Ha-Seong Kim now, who's 0 for 2. Parker. Infield seems to be playing up usual. They're playing not really double play depth either. And Ha-Seong Kim's going to try to bunt here. Back pick over to third. No throw, though. Millis was just faking it. So it'll be 0-1, though. That was in there in the zone for a strike. What? They called that a ball? Okay, so it's a ball. So we don't have ABS left. So we can't challenge it, but that was a strike. They're going to call it a ball. Wow. So now things are starting to look a little more nattish for the Nationals. Coming set is Parker. They could really use a win tonight, but now they're going to have to score more runs because Parker couldn't hold the lead. But now Nationals are going to have to find a way to score more runs, and Michaelis won't get a win. Kim's going to lay down a bunt. Parker fields it. It's going to be the first baseman. And Garcia tried to make a throw with his glove, and it was not in time. Ha-Seong Kim bunts a run in, and the Braves have a lead. Wow, so Ha-Seong Kim goes to the bunt and has a bunt single. That was a suicide squeeze, though. Bunts it perfectly down the first base line. Garcia, the first baseman, came charging in and flipped it up with his glove, but in safely was Austin Riley, and the Braves take a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They're going to give him a single on the bunt. So that scores Riley and moves Smith up to second with 1 out. So Parker should only work one inning. I do not want to see that guy work another inning, or it is another can of Cornelio situation. Here's the pitch, and this one is swung on and missed to Tromp, who's hitting .500 technically in his limited at-bats. He's 2 for 4 in his at-bats this season, winning 1,000 OPS. Dom Smith away from second, Kim away from first. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a slider up in the zone. It'll be 0-2. So the Braves somehow find a lead. They do some Nats type of play, stringing things together. Usually they're the powerhouse, but tonight they're going to do the bunting. Parker sets. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss at a slider low and in. Strikeout number 1 for Parker. Sets out number 2, but that'll bring up Ronald Acuna Jr. with runners on first and second with 2 outs. Slow and inside slider, good execution on that pitch. So Chadwick Tromp is sent down. So that'll be Ronald Acuna Jr. with 2 outs. Parker. Here comes the first pitch. Acuna takes a curveball in the zone, called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. So it should be Iglesias now for the ninth. The Nationals are going to have to get to one of the better closers in the game in Raisel Iglesias. So now they got some work cut out for them to score 1 run or 2. It'd be an 0-1 count here. Parker sets the pitch. Acuna takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1, and that evens up the count at 1-1. So be 1-1, bottom of the 7th here with 2 outs. Parker sets. Here comes the 1-1 to Acuna. Called! Strike 2 with a slider, but Acuna's going to challenge it. This one was on the edge part of the zone, on the outside part. Will we get the call, though? Will the Nationals somehow sneak away with a failed ABS challenge by Acuna? The challenge, and it is a strike! So it clipped the part of the zone, and now all the ABS challenges today have been fails. So all of the players today are 3 for 3 on failing. So they're 0 for 3. But if we were trying to fail ABSs, the game is batting 1,000. Both teams are batting 1,000 at failing. Parker sets. So now we got a good game here, though. In a 2-1 game, the Nats trail. The 1-2. Low and in, ball 2. Did that get him? No, it didn't. So it looks like it might have clipped Acuna, but it did not. So he 2-2. New ball put in play. Millis had to grab his helmet. He threw it away for a second to try to make the block and quickly look up to see if there's any runners going. So it'd be 2-2, 2 outs. Parker checks his signs. He is going to come set. 2-2, 2 outs. Reiterated a third time, the pitch. So in a ground ball foul, third base side, and we'll do 2-2 again. So now Parker's going to have to put him away somehow. Acuna is 0 for 3. He flew out, grounded out, and flew out again. Parker checking his signs. He comes set. The 2-2 coming. He delivers. Swinging a line drive, right field. Curling, foul. Someone will just go foul. Cruz will grab him to flip it up to a fan who wanted the ball. So we'll do 2-2 again. Acuna trying to battle here. Now the Nationals have to think, who do we bring in the pen in the 8th inning? Because Parker's not going the 9th. He's at 30 pitches as well. Or he's not going in the 8th. He's at 30 pitches with his next pitch. And he just gave up 2 runs. So he just blew our lead. Blew Michaelis' win. Like, welcome to the Nats bullpen. Parker sets. The 2-2. Swinging a foul back, and we'll do 2-2 again. So Acuna working a long at-bat here. Really long AB. This will be 2-2 again. Parker sets. It'll be another 2-2 pitch here. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Center field. Sends Young back a few steps, but he's under it. And Jacob Young will make the catch to retire Ronald Acuna Jr., and that'll end the inning. So it's going to be Meade, Abrams, and Cruz for the Nationals in the 8th inning. But they're able to get out of it. But the Nationals give up 2 runs. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. So that was an interesting inning there. You get the ground out, and then a single from Harris, a walk from Riley, and then Dom drives in the run, and then Kim lays down a bunt to drive in a run. So now the Braves have a 2-1 lead on the Nationals, and we'll head to the 8th inning. This was 1-0 just in the 6th, and now we're headed to the 8th, and the Braves have a 2-1 lead. Welcome to the Nationals bullpen. It's been a while, but welcome back to the Nationals' terrible bullpen. Once again, we haven't been rebuilding them. We've been rebuilding the hitters. Now, not even the hitters are really able to come together. What is working right now? That's my question. What is working? Looks like the defenders of the UFL are losing right now. Just checking up on some other streams here. So we head to the 8th inning. Thanks to everyone who's hanging out with us already. The defenders are on Friday Night Football. I think that's something special, apparently, for at least the UFL, having Friday Night Football. Usually that's a college day, though. We got a few people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the stream. So we head to the 8th inning. Looks like we got a pitching change here. We're going to have a pitching change. I'll check MLB to get the details. Didn't see ESPN, but I saw the update. We got a new pitcher for Fuentes. Oh, boy. That is Robert Suarez going to take over. He's a righty as well. So straight righties so far for the Braves against the Nats. And the Nats have a lineup that goes anti-righty. So interesting strategy here. Fuentes works an inning. It was a long inning. He gave up 2 hits. He had a strikeout. No walks, no runs. So he was successful, and right now he's the pitcher of record. So to be Curtis Mead, 2 for 3 on the day, 2 hits. One of them is the home run that got the Nats on the board. He'll face Suarez, a new righty on the mound. First pitch to Mead. Mead will take a fastball right in there called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. Suarez 21 games, a 4-0 record, 6 holds, and an 0.42 ERA. He's been good. 0.84 whip, the pitch to Mead, and Mead fouls this one back, and we'll do 0-2 now. So 0-2. So now who's going to come in for the Nats for the 8th? Hopefully not Rebalta. Hopefully Disney stays on the bench for another day. Maybe, possibly, maybe we see, maybe Schultz for the 8th. Hold the lead, though. This guy's got to come in and hold the lead, whoever it is. The 0-2 to Mead. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be to the shortstop. Kimmy fields cleanly. Fires to first in time for out number 1 to get Curtis Mead out. It's going to be C.J. Abrams. He has 1 out and no runners on for him in a 2-1 game. I'd like Abrams to just take one right here. Just get a pitch he likes and crack it. That'd be great. Just get a pitch you like and hit. That's what we need right here. We need C.J. Abrams to just get a pitch he likes and just drive. Coming set is Suarez. First pitch to C.J. C.J. takes a fastball just inside ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 10 home runs for him, as mentioned. 292 average. The average has gone down a little bit today as he doesn't have a knock. The 1-0 to Abrams. Abrams takes a changeup outside. It's a 2-0 count. I'd like Abrams to get a good pitch right here. Something in the zone and just drive. And get us back in this game. Get us back into a good situation here, CJ. Suarez sets. The 2-0 to Abrams. Low and inside, ball 3 with a changeup. Does Abrams have the green light on a 3-0 count? Does he? I wonder if Abrams has the green light. It's a hack if he wants to. Suarez sets. The 3-0 to Abrams. Abrams with a drive! Deep right center! And this game is tied! C.J. Abrams leaves the yard. The alien is going to leave his planet, and C.J. Abrams has tied this game. And yes, indeed, he had the green light, and this game is tied here in the top of the 8th inning. Watch it fly, C.J. Abrams. He has tied this ball game. And C.J., the alien, alienating that ball, puts it to another planet. Launched it, and this game is tied, ladies and gentlemen, in the top of the 8th inning. No runners on, 1 out. CJ said, all I need is myself. And this game is tied. It's going to be Dylan Cruz. Cruz will just hit this one up into the air. Foul ground. Catcher coming over, and the catcher Trump, and it goes off his glove. He had, and he went off his glove. He almost made the catch. I think that was Abrams' parents at the game. Because he's an Atlanta native. I think that was his parents. He hit his home run in front of his parents. Looks like everyone plays better in front of their parents. Their reaction, they were so quiet, and then they saw the ball go flying, and it went yard. Here's the 0-1 to Cruz, and Cruz swings and misses at a cutter, and it's 0-2. He fouled that one off a little bit. It's be 0-2, but C.J. Abrams ties the game in the 8th inning. What a swing, C.J. I think those are his parents. They're at the game. His mom's wearing the Out of This World t-shirt. His dad wearing the alternate uniform from 2024 with the new logo in the corner there. That was a nice uniform. The 0-2. Cruz swings and grounds this one to the shortstop, Kim. He has to range over. Fires over to first. In time for out number 2. Cruz could not beat it out. That's out number 2. Ha-Seong Kim makes a nice play. Had to range over across the field towards the third base position. Almost got through the hole. But that's out number 2. So Dalen Lyle will hit now. He's 0 for 3. 2 groundouts to first and a fly out. Suarez gives up a bomb here in the 8th to C.J. Abrams. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and fouls this one off left field side, and it's 0-1. But C.J. Abrams found an extra gear and tied this game up. So now no win for Fuentes. Fuentes is not going to get a win. Just be an 0-1 count here. The pitch to Dalen Lyle. Lyle takes a changeup in there, called strike 2. That one was in the zone. Thought he might swing at that. That was a good pitch to swing at. Abrams tattooed that ball, and he knew it was gone, too. So an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Low ball one with a changeup again, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Do that changeup twice in a row there. Does he go back to it for a third pitch in a row? Suarez comes set. 1-2 to Lyle. He swings and fouls this one, first base side, and we'll do 1-2 again. So 1-2, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 8th. All knotted at 2 now. I thought this game might get postponed to tomorrow, but here we are. Now thinking about extras. The 1-2 is down low with a changeup, and that makes it a 2-2 count. Suarez living on that changeup here against Mr. Dalen Lyle. Now we got Clayton Beater up in the pen for the Nationals, so I'm assuming we're going to get Beater for the 8th inning. And then that means Varland's available for the 9th. Varland is our closer. I like that Varland is our 9th inning guy right now. 2-2. Lyle swings and loops this one in left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Third baseman Riley went out to get it. Lyle will stop at first. He has himself a single with 2 outs. So Dalen Lyle keeps it going here. 2-out knock keeps the inning going. Dalen Lyle just bloops that one out towards left center. Has himself a knock. Just blooped that one out. Wanted to just find a little spot, and he did. So now it'll be Jacob Young, or we got a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Jose Tena to hit for Jacob Young here in the 8th inning. Tena known for some late inning heroics, and now what are we going to have here? So we got some sort of timeout called here, but Tena is going to be the pinch hitter here in the 8th to hit for the role of Jacob Young. On first is Lyle. So it'd be Tena with 2 outs and a runner on the pitch. Tena takes a fastball in there, called strike 1, clips the outside part of the zone, and it's 0-1. Pinch hitting, Jose Tena's 5 for 11 with a double and a bomb, 3 ribbies. We called that extra inning bomb. That is on my highlights page. You want to check out Instagram or YouTube, you can find that call. The 0-1 is outside, ball 1. It was a home run call. You can check it out. It was in Chicago against the White Sox. But once again, you can check it out. Check it out for yourself. Check either Instagram or YouTube Shorts. You can find the call. It is Jose Tena, extra inning bomb. Here's the 1-1 to Tena. Tena swings and misses. Will Lyle move up to second here? Yes, he did. So Dalen Lyle swipes the bag. Catcher was up with it, but he dropped the bag there. He dropped the paw on the swing. Kind of dropped it away. So now Lyle's in scoring position with 2 outs on a 1-2 count. So now base hit could score him. Nationals threatening here. The 1-2. Tena swings and chops this one up the middle. Ha-Seong Kim makes a nice play. Goes to first in time to get Tena for out number 3. But the Nationals are not going to be quiet. CJ with a no-doubter to right center. And the Nationals respond to the 2 runs that the Braves grab with one of their own. And it's all knotted up at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's going to be Clayton Beeter for the bottom of the 8th. Suarez blows the wind that Fuentes had going. And now Suarez could get the win, though. That's the sad part. So we're all knotted up at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. A good game here. We're going to the bottom of the 8th all knotted up. Thought we might go in there 2-1, and in the 9th we'd have to put up a run. But here, now if Iglesias goes, Iglesias is going to be working on a tie game possibly. If Iglesias has to go with the tie game, that is our best situation in the 9th because that means Beeter got out of it. He did well. So, go fill in our boxes here. Tena came off the bench, first player off the bench for the Nats. Now when Iglesias comes in, I believe he's a lefty, so I think by that point you got to start thinking, what lefties or righties can we send up to face this guy? That is a reliever where you start changing your lineup for him. That's just one example. There's a lot of guys I'd do that for, but Iglesias is just one of them. Raisel Iglesias has not given up a run this season yet with 14.2 innings worked and 18 strikeouts. You have to adjust your lineup to work against him. He has 8 saves opportunities. You got to change your lineup. He's given up 8 hits, no runs. He's doing great. You got to change your order. He is a lefty, or he's a righty, so you got to send up lefties against him. And all you have left, lefties-wise, and Beeter is going to be put in the game, just so you know, and Dylan Cruz is going to go to center. Wood goes to right. Wait, so oh boy, so does Mitchell Parker have a spot in the order right now? Did we double switch? We ran a double switch here. So Cruz is in center field. Wood is in right. So Wood remains into the game as the right fielder. We did double switch. So now Tena's in the spot, and Clayton Beeter's into the order now. Clayton Beeter's in the order. We did a double switch here. So now Beeter's into the order. Beeter will pitch now. He will face Dubon, and that is a ball outside, and it'll be a 1-0 count. So Beeter here in the 8th inning, coming off the aisle. He's got a 4-seamer and a slider, the only 2 pitches he runs with. Parker gave up 2 runs, though, over his 3 hits, and it'll be a 1-0 here from Beeter. Swinging a fly ball. This is going to be foul territory. Coming over to check on his Garcia. It's going to be Millis and Garcia, and it gets out of play. It'll be a 1-1 count. So the final line for Parker, an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned a walk on strikeout. So that's your line, and now Beeter will come in here, a righty man out of the pen. So that means Varland's all available for the 9th. I'd love to see Gus Varland for the 9th. That'd be great. Get Gus Varland up for the 9th inning. So 1-1, no outs. Dubon, he's 2 for 3. He has a double and a single, so he's a triple and homer away from the cycle, but he's not going to grab either of them. The 1-1, swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but foul, and it'll be a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here, out here, bottom of the 8th. The Nationals are going to have Millis, Nunez, and Wood up for the 9th. Good 3 hitters. I like those 3 guys. Those guys can put a run together. You just need one. You don't even need too many. If all goes well, we just need one. The pitch. Swing! And a miss at a slider. Low and into Dubon. And Clayton Beeter says, sit down, Mr. Dubon. Strikeout number 1 for Beeter. Out number 1 here in the inning. Clay Beeter off the IL. Coming back, going to work. He's had a couple games before then. But Beeter, an everyday guy. I like what Beeter puts together out of the pen. Tomorrow's game is 4:10, just a reminder. Would be nice to have a win there, too. The pitch, and this is fouled off, and it'll be 0-1. Let's see if we can get, if it goes to extras, that's kind of crazy, because I didn't think we'd play 9 today. I thought we'd play a little less than 9, and we're going to get 9. I hope we get 9, because Wood's hitting in the 9th inning. So, 0-1 here as that was fouled off by Olsen, who's hitting in the 3-hole. Beater sets the 0-1. Just outside with a fastball, and it'll be 1-1. So the Braves have one challenge left. The Nationals have none on the ABSs. I would have challenged that if I had the challenge because it's late in the game. That is a momentum-changing call. 0-2 is a lot different than 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. So here's the 1-1, and that's high ball 2, the fastball. Should be a 2-1 count. 2-1, 1 out. Two one, as Beater gets his sign now. He comes set. He has his hands held high as he goes set. He wheels and deals. A low ball 3 with a slider, and that makes it a 3-1 count. So 3-1, 1 out. New ball put into play. Beater wears number 39 for the Nationals. He pitched in yesterday's game in the 8th inning. He came out of the game as soon as Cavalli got taken out. Beater thrown in. Disney, Robalto was the only one who really struggled yesterday. The 3-1. Swinging a fly ball foul left field side, and we'll do 3-2 now. The count is filled. I think that might have been a ball, too, and he decided to foul it off. This will be 3-2, 1 out. Here we go. Olsen against Beater. The lefty Olsen versus the righty Beater. Beater sets. Clock winding down to 7 now. Here's the 3-2. Check swing. Yes, he did. Strike 3. Clayton Beater with a strikeout here. 2 in a row here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Clayton Beater sets down Dubon and Olsen, and now he has Albies, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Clayton Beater with a couple of strikeouts of a couple good hitters. Dubon and Olsen set down in order on 2 swings and misses. Let's go, Clayton Beater. Beater steps back onto the rubber. He now faces Albies. First pitch to Ozzie Albies. He takes low ball 1 with a slider, and it's a 1-0 count. 271 average, 8 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Here comes the 1-0 from Beater as he's ready. He delivers. Low and out, ball 2 with a slider, and it'll be a 2-0 count. 2-0, 2 outs. Bottom 8. Beater steps back onto the rubber. He comes set. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Albies. Swinging a ground ball, broken bat. This is foul down the first base line, though. If that's fair, that's danger for the Braves. And a very in-on-the-hand swing. Almost up the tape. He got it very in on the hand. So where was that hit? He swung extremely early. He hit it on the bat tape, part of the bat. He was that early on the pitch. Wow. And he sends it over the bat towards second base. And the ball down the first base line, foul. So we get a new bat. Seems like it already has a good amount of pine tar on it. It's going to be 2-1, 2 outs. Probably not his bat, though. Got a broken bat now. What are they going to do with it? They're just going to give it to security. We'll probably give it to a fan. A fan would probably like an Ozzie Albies broken bat. 2-1, 2 outs. Beater sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. This one is into foul ground. Millis will check on it, but it's going to get out of play. Third base side. And now we'll do 2-2. Truist Park. This is where the All-Star Game was hosted last year, where we had the home run off, the home run swing off at the end, because they were knotted at the end of the game, and that was a really cool event. Got to practice the home run calls, too. That was before the face cams. You couldn't even see how excited I was with each one. But now, you can see the excitement. Beater sets. The 2-2 coming. He delivers. Swinging a looping foul ball, third base side, and we'll do 2-2 again. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We got an exciting game here. All knotted up at 2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nationals and Braves right here on District Nation. Thanks to you so much for tuning in already. Beater sets. The 2-2. Swinging a foul off the foot of Albies. He is battling here against Beater. Gets a good AB there. So to 2-2 again. This will be 2-2, 2 outs. Beater steps back onto the rubber. He comes set. Here comes the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, foul or fair this time. Garcia fields it. He takes it himself. 1-2-3 inning worked by Clayton Beater here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Clayton Beater sets them down in order, and the Nationals will have a tie game as we head to the 9th. It'll be the 9th inning. So now, do the Braves go to Iglesias here in the 9th to keep it tied, or do they go to someone else? We'll check up on the board, see if he's pitched recently. I'd like to know, though, has he pitched in recent games? It'll be interesting to see when Iglesias last pitched. Do they send him out for the 9th? And does he give up his first runs here? So did he pitch a 9-3 win? I don't see them pitching him, especially in a 9-3 win. They did not. They used Dodd instead. So he's available. So I'm assuming Iglesias is going to be the one to come out of the pen. For Millis, Nunez, and Wood. That would not be good. Iglesias is a really, really good pitcher. And there we go. Replacing Robert Suarez is Raisel Iglesias. Here we go. We're going to face off with the best closer in baseball right now. He does not have any runs given up. At least Mason Miller's given up runs. But Iglesias has not given up runs yet. Arguably the best closer in baseball, probably. Robert Suarez gave up a run. He gave up 2 hits in his 1 inning of work. He gave up 1 run. It was earned. No walks, no strikeouts. So that's his line. And here we go. It'll be Drew Millis here for the 9th inning. Let's go. We got some 9th inning baseball right here on District Nation. You gotta say it. Charge! So the Nationals have walked off the Braves before in 10 innings. They walked them off last year on May 22nd. So they got a win against them on May 22nd, but I don't think Raisel Iglesias was that good last year. First pitch to Millis. Swing and a miss by Millis on a fastball by Iglesias at 94 miles an hour. Someone's got to get to Iglesias. 14 games, no record, no holds, no ERA either. He has 8 saves, though. The pitch is low ball, 1 with a changeup, and it's a 1-1 count. You got to get on base, and Wood is going to be the guy to face him. Wood is your best option here. I'm assuming we're going to get someone pinch hitting for Nunez. It'll be a 1-1 count. He's only given up 8 hits in his 14 games. The 1-1. Millis swings and misses at a changeup, and it's 1-2. Has not given up a run all year yet. Really? Let's just get a run. Got to manufacture a run. However you want to do it. However the Nats find they're going to do it. So Iglesias has a 1-2 count on Drew Millis. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Had Millis reaching on a changeup outside. Strikeout number 1 for Iglesias here in the 9th. Out number 1. Iglesias threw a changeup low and away from him and had Millis reaching, just trying to make contact on that. You can't think that mindset, though. You got to think, hit the ball hard. Take a nice big league swing. And Nunez will stay out here. So Nunez will stay out, 192 average, no home runs, 15 RBIs. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Iglesias, his quick windup, the pitch to Nunez. Right in there, called strike 1 with a sinker, and it's an 0-1 count. 0-1, 1 out. Iglesias into the wind, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 0-2. So now I see what's been happening. These guys cannot hit him. He's a really good pitcher. They're being set down quickly here. Nunez going to need something. Looks like a... Here we go. Butera looks like he's looking at something here. But it'll be 0-2. Can't really check birth certificates in the MLB, Butera. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball out to shallow center. Going out to Albies. Coming in as the center fielder. Harris! Michael Harris II comes on to make a running catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, top of the 9th, no runners on, tie game, and James Wood coming to the plate. James Wood will have the honor of having this situation. Can James Wood do it? So it'll be a lefty-righty matchup. The pitch to Wood. Low and out. Called strike one. Okay with the sinker. Called strike one. Wood been quiet today. He has a single, but overall he's been quiet in his 1-for-3 day. Iglesias into the wind. Here's the pitch to Wood. Wood takes a change up low, and it's a 1-1 count. James Wood is going to need to do something here, unless you want to go to extras. Iglesias into the wind. The 1-1. Wood lines this one down the right field line, but Olsen makes the play. Up against the line, 3 unassisted, and Iglesias gets out of it in 9 pitches. That'll end the inning. A 9-pitch inning for Raisal Iglesias. He gets 1-2-3 to the Nats. And what to the bottom of the 9th, we're all tied up. It's going to be Harris, Riley, and Smith for the Nationals, or excuse me, for the Braves in the bottom of the 9th inning. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base for the Nationals in the 9th. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is still the Nationals 2, Braves 2 as we head to the 9th inning. Yang Yang Balance Act says, "Hey, District, glad to finally catch a broadcast. Nationals looking valid, holding on with the Braves." Yeah, I thought the Braves would blow us out because their offense would get going and our bullpen wouldn't, but our offense is just going to work. Our pitching's going to work. 2 runs given up, but they were by Parker. Beater has a scoreless inning. Now head in the 9th. Do we stick with Beater? But good job for the Nats. Thanks for tuning in. Yang Yang Balance Act to tonight's broadcast. Still checking on stats, maybe seeing if anyone has been subbed in just yet. Gus Varland's going to come out of the pen for the Washington Nationals. Varland's going to take the mound here in the 9th. Beater gets to work his 8th inning. Beater did great. Good job to Beater. But now it's going to be Varland for the 9th. So it'll be Harris the second, Riley, and Smith. Dom Smith does have a walk-off hit with the Braves. Everyone liked that Dom was able to do that. So he has the clutch gene, but hopefully the Nationals can hold him down. But here, the Braves have the home field advantage where they are 16-8. The Nationals on the road are 15-10. So both teams good at the situation they're in right now. Wondering what the record for the Braves are in extra innings. The Nationals have some experience in extra innings. So to be Gus Varland here in the 9th inning. 9 hits for the Nats so far in the game. 7 for the Braves. They really did scatter 7 hits. Varland, 19 games, a 1-1 record. 5 holds, but he's been more of... I like him as a closer. He comes set. He will face Michael Harris II to start his outing. The pitch. Right in there, called strike one with a fastball, and it's an 0-1 count. 0-1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Nationals trying to keep them scoreless. Take this one to extras. Varland, fastball, slider, changeup mix. 50-40, though, with the fastball and the slider. The pitch is low and in with the slider. It'll be a 1-1 count with that one, so it'll be a 1-1. 298 average for Harris, 11 homers, 29 runs batted in. This will be 1-1 now as Varland steps back onto the rubber. This jersey really does match the one they're wearing in the game. Really, truly matches, and I like that. This will be 1-1 here in the bottom of the 9th. Coming set is Varland. Here's the pitch. Right in there, called strike 2, the fastball, and it's a 1-2 count. Locates that one into the zone. It'll be a 1-2 count to Michael Harris II. Varland comes set. He waits. He delivers the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line, and foul will do 1-2 again. A scoreless inning here from Varland would be great. A lefty-righty matchup here. They didn't really go to the matchups here. They went to Varland instead. They didn't want to pitch to, lefty-lefty or something there. They wanted Gus Varland in the game. The 1-2. Swing and a miss at the slider, low and away. Michael Harris II is sat down by Gus Varland to start the bottom of the 9th inning. Varland K's him up with a slider low and out. Michael Harris the second. He had him reaching on that one. He reached out to try to hit that one. Strikeout number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's going to be Austin Riley. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Also, a couple hits and a walk. The pitch is swung on, hit to center field. That'll be a base hit to Dylan Cruz, who's now in center field. So Austin Riley, the winning run, is now at first base with 1 out. And that'll bring up Dom Smith. 1 hit now given up by Gus, who wears number 47 for the Nats. It'll be Dom Smith to hit. And now, 343 average, 5 home runs, 23 ribbies. Are they going to walk him? Or something's happening here. Umpire's talking to someone. So we got some sort of switch. We got a pinch runner here. We're going to speedy pinch runner, probably someone just to run. Who is this? Let me check. We got a guy who is already wearing the sliding. I don't know who this is. We'll check on MLB, though. MLB app will provide us with that information. Pinch runner is Jorge Mateo. He's going to pinch hit or pinch run for Austin Riley here in the 9th. Try to score. But the Nationals, hopefully they can hold him down. It'll be Dom Smith here in the bottom of the 9th. Varland sets. The pitch to Dom. He swings and fouls this one off on a pitch high on the slider, and it'll be 0-1. Dom thought he got a good piece of it, but just fouled it back. Takes a deep breath up to the plate. Dom is 1 for 3 on the day. Had an RBI single back in the 7th inning. He also struck out and lined into a double play. The 0-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball up in the zone, and it's 0-2. Varland going to work here in the bottom of the 9th. Varland could use maybe a nice slider outside, get him swinging. Dom's going to take a timeout here. He'll step out. Varland steps off. Not a disengagement, though, because there was time called anyway. Varland gets his sign. He checks on the runner and comes set at the belt. The 0-2. He delivers. Swinging a fly ball. Center field coming in is Cruz. Cruz coming in. He makes the catch on the line. Retreating back to first is Mateo. Dylan Cruz makes the catch, and now there's 2 outs, and it'll be Ha-Seong Kim, who's 1 for 3 on the day with a bunt to hit against Gus Varland here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So 2 outs, and it'll be Varland against Ha-Seong Kim. A righty-righty matchup here, no pinch hitter. They're going to let Kim swing it. Varland comes set. Taps his foot 1 time. He waits. Goes back over to first. The throw in. Back in safely is Mateo. Varland gets the ball back on the mound. Mateo looks pretty tall compared to the first baseman Garcia and his coach, but not too tall. He takes his lead away. Varland steps back onto the rubber. Ha-Seong Kim steps back up to the plate. 138 average for Kim. Only 2 RBIs, a 380 OPS. Here's the pitch. Just inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count with that fastball. Tried to paint the zone, but he couldn't get the call. So it'll be a 1-0 count here. 1-0, 2 outs. Varland checks on the runner. Sets. He's at the belt. He delivers. The runner's going. The pitch. In there, called strike 1. The throw down. Not in time. Mateo swipes the bag. It was a called strike, though, so it's a 1-1 count, but the runner's at second now with 2 outs. So that one was in there for a called strike. The throw down was just a little late. Mateo in there safely. Millis had a nice throw down there, though, but Mateo got a good jump as well. So he's in there safely. It'll be a 1-1 count now. Now, just don't let him steal third. You cannot let him steal third. That's the most important part. Here comes the 1-1. Swing a ground ball, foul, fair! The play made by the third baseman Meade. The throw, in time for the out, and we're done with 9 innings. We're going to head to extras. Gus Varland gets out of it with no runs given up. What a play by Curtis Meade on a play down the line. He makes a nice play for out number 3, and the inning is over. The Nationals, they give up 1 hit. They leave a man at second, and now through 9 innings of baseball, we're going to head to the 10th, head to extras, and it's now the Nationals 2, the Braves 2. James Wood will start at second. Now this is a good game. We're headed to extras here. Now it's time to get up both teams' records in extra innings. we can talk about it so we can get their records up in extra innings. We are headed to extras, ladies and gentlemen. Will they stay with Iglesias, though? So the Braves' record in extra innings is 2-1. So they haven't had as much experience as the Nationals had. You're about to hear the Nationals' record. They've been through the ringer when it comes to extra innings. 2-1 to 4-4. So they've done it 8 times. So the Nationals are very experienced here. So we'll see how they do. Can the Nationals do it? So Wood will be the runner at second. A quick guy. I think immediately the Nationals are going to have Garcia Jr. put a bunt down. Just assuming here. So Gus Varlin with a good work in the 9th inning. Wood at the 10th. It'll be whoever's in Wood's spot to run. It's going to be Lee put in the game now. Landon Hold says, y'all Nats doing cool. Thank you for tuning in, Landon. Yes, we are. 9 full innings. We're hanging with the best team in the league right now. So now we got rain coming down. Got some rain pouring, but I think we're going to play through it. 4-4 to 1-2. Okay, so we got into the game is going to be Dylan Lee, and Andres Chaparro is going to pinch hit. So Wood is the runner at second, and it's Chaparro to pinch hit. It'll be Dylan Lee, a lefty, to come out of the pen. He will face Chaparro, a righty. Thanks for tuning in, Landon Hold. So it is Chaparro now, just to send a righty up against the lefty. Here's the pitch. Chaparro takes a strike in there, called strike one with a slider, and it's 0-1. So he's a pinch hitter here in the 10th. Dylan Lee, 24 games, 8 holds, and 0.77 ERA. That is honestly better than 0. I think that's better to face. And Wood is the runner at second, no sub. The 0-1. Chaparro takes a slider upstairs, and it's 1-1. So the Nationals do have an extra challenge now. They just get the run. Getting that 1 run is very important. Getting 2 is good too, but just get the 1. Satisfy the 1. That's the most important part. 167 average for Chaparro so far. That's low ball 2 with a changeup, and it's a 2-1 count. These Braves are lucky they don't have to face Wood in extra innings, though. If I'm any other team besides the Nats, I do not want to face James Wood in extra innings. So it'll be a 2-1 here. Lee set at the belt. The 2-1 to Chaparro. Chaparro swings and misses at a slider, and it's 2-2. Honestly, we should have in my opinion, we should have let Garcia put a bunt down instead of sending Chaparro up. But that's completely my opinion. I am not Blake Butera, so I don't know what's going on in his mind. He's got a plan. The 2-2. Chaparro swings and fouls off a fastball upstairs at 94 just to get a piece of it. The extra inning runner will be Kim for the Braves in the 10th. So the rain seems to be coming down a little bit, but we're playing through it. The 2-2. Chaparro takes a slider, ball 3 in the dirt, and that fills up the count to 3-2. So most of the West Coast games have gotten underway at least. Either way, because usually you get 10 p.m. as the latest ones, because that's 7 p.m. their time. So it'll be a 3-2. Time called here by the catcher now. You don't see that a lot, catcher calling time. Catcher Trump took it upon himself to call time. So it'll be a 3-2 here. Lee sets. The 3-2 to Chaparro. Low ball 4, smothered by the catcher. Wood does not go anywhere, and Andres Chaparro is going to draw the walk to get this one underway. And now the catcher looks injured. That one looks like it got him in the chest, and it didn't really hit the chest protector either. But he's okay for now. Looks like he's okay. Got him right on the chest. Didn't hit too much protector. So now Chaparro's at first. Not a fast runner. Not at all. Rather a bigger fella. But now there's runners at first and second for Curtis Mead. And on deck is CJ. So maybe the Nationals can get something going. If Mead's up and CJ's on deck. Something can get started here. Anything can get started. It's going to be a lefty-righty matchup here. Don't pinch hit for Abrams, though. Abrams is hot, and he's playing in front of his parents. So, parent effect. You know, if your parents are there, you want to play better. Lee sets. The pitch to Mead. Mead takes called. Strike 1 with a slider, and it's 0-1. Here we go. This will be 0-1, no outs. Here's the pitch to Meade. Meade swings and drives one to deep left, going back to left fielder Dubon. He makes the catch on the track. Wood slipped. Wood slipped as he tried to go to third. He went back to the bag and then slipped. So that's out number 1. Nothing happens from it, though. The rain seems to be coming down now as we're in extras. Meade got a good piece of it. Wood was not probably ready to tag. He slipped anyway, trying to go to the bag. So maybe he wasn't going to go anyway. But the field seems to be still playable. It'll be CJ to hit now with 1 out. Butera doesn't want to say anything just yet, but it'll be CJ. First pitch to Abrams. Abrams, line drive down the right field line, fair. Around third, headed for home is Wood. All the way into the corner. Wood will score. Now they're going to throw it into the cutoff man, and Chaparro's going to score. The throw went off the first baseman Smith's leg. Abrams into third with a triple. C.J. Abrams drives in 2 here in the bottom or the top of the 10th, and the Nationals take the lead. It's 4-2 here in extra innings in the 10th. Well, I said it when it got started. Getting 1 run is good. Getting 2 is even better. That is the best situation you can have. And now the Nats have a chance for 3. So 2 runs in the inning and a runner at third here in the top of the 10th. Now to be Dylan Cruz for a chance to drive in ribbies here. Cruz takes inside, ball 1. So C.J. Abrams with a triple here in extra innings. So they're going to give him a double, but he got to third on the play. But 2 RBIs on the play. Good job, Abrams. The pitch to Cruz is low. Ball 2, it's a 2-0 count. He's only going to give him a double, but he's on third, which is important. So it'll be a 2-0 here, and Dylan Cruz hitting. Lee comes set. The pitch to Cruz, and he swings and misses at a slider, and it's 2-1. I think if I'm Cruz's coach here, I'm telling him, settle in. You don't need anything big here. Deep fly ball or ground ball does it. And it's extra innings. We have a 2-run lead already. Let him lock in and just put something in play. And Cruz lines this one down the left field line, but it is well foul. So do 2-2 now. Destroying the Braves at home. That'd be really nice here. Getting a win on the road against the Braves, the best team in the league. That'd be really nice. That'd be an upset. I think there's not too many upsets in baseball until the playoffs or near the playoffs. This would be a regular season upset. Lee, waiting on his signs. He's got the one he likes, and he comes set. The lefty set at the belt. The 2-2. Cruz grounds this one foul, third baseline. Gets in the dugout. We'll do 2-2 now. Again. So the Nationals now have a 4-2 lead here in the top of the 10th. Andres Chaparro draws the walk that got it going, and then Abrams doubles down the line, gets to third on the play. 2 RBIs on the play. Good job, Abrams. The 2-2. And Cruz swings and pops this one up to on the infield, and it'll be Albies to make the catch for out number 2. So Dylan Cruz cannot get anything to happen. Now there's 2 outs. So now to be Dalen Lyle with a runner on third and 2 outs, a home run, or sorry, not even a home run, just a hit with driving a run here. Just a base hit. Don't think too crazy here. So it'll be Dalen Lyle. 268 average, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs. Looks like some good rain's coming down, though. But we're going to play through this. Now what happens if it comes down hard and we got to go to the bottom of the 10th? What happens then? The Nationals have a 4-2 lead. The pitch to Lyle is low and out, ball 1 with a slider. Just get through this game. You know what, Lyle? Swinging the next 3 pitches. We'll go to the 10th. Varland, whoever's coming in, just get the 3 outs. Abrams away from third. Here's the 1-0 to Lyle. Lyle takes outside with a fastball. It's a 2-0 count. Maybe it's slipping out of his hand, maybe. But then if it's unplayable, what happens? Do we come back at 8 a.m. in the morning and play a half inning? And then we just come back a few hours later and play the rest of the game? We got another game after that. What do you do then? The 2-0 to Lyle. Swinging a foul off, and we'll do 2-1. I'm glad we got this game in. That's very good. The Nationals got a game in. We've now called more Nats games, though. As a channel, I've called more games than we called last year. 10 games total last year. We just called our 11th today. Didn't get too many games last year. Started in July and then had to stop. But now we're here. The pitch to Lyle, swinging a chopper. This is foul, caught by the catcher, but it's foul. Abrams ran all the way home on the play. This will be 2-2 now with 2 outs. Wow. Good call by the umpire to call it foul immediately.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So it'll be 2 outs now. Got to play that sound effect whenever the umpire does something well. Here's the 2-2. Lyle swings and pops this one up out to shallow left, going out to third baseman. Riley, it will be the third baseman, Riley, to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Nationals, and more importantly, C.J. Abrams, drive into. The Nationals have a 4-2 lead as we head to extra innings to the bottom of the 10th inning. Only 1 hit in the inning, no errors, 1 man, left on base, and 2 runs in the 10th inning for the Nationals as we head to the bottom of the 10th. The Nationals have a 4-2 lead. Now who comes into the game? Who gets the save? Who do we give the opportunity for a save? We've used both Varland and Beater. So who gets the save now? So who do they call upon for the save? The extra inning runner will be Ha-Seong Kim. Maybe they'll sub in someone. That's your extra inning runner for now. Good game by the Nats, though. Well played. Lee is going to be the one to blow this game, though. They get 2 runs on him. Iglesias, though, had a good 9th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. So good inning by Iglesias. But now Varland, maybe Varland comes out for the 10th. Maybe they send him back out. It'll be Orlando Rabalta. Disney's going to come on for the save. Mr. Disney, Orlando Rabalta. So Varland able to get the hold for him, and now Rabalta set up for a save. 1 strikeout by Varland. 1 hit, no runs, no walks. So his line is 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a K. That is the line for Gus Varland. But now Rabalta, the righty, will come out for the 10th. He'll face Tromp, Acuna Jr., and Dubon. So I have a couple good hitters to face. Here we go. Bottom of the 10th. It's a rainy night now. As it's much later now, it's a rainier night. Well, Nationals are going to take on extra innings here in the bottom of the 10th. It's going to be Orlando Rabalta. Disney's going to come on for the save. He has a hold in his 10 games, a 1.80 ERA. He was able to get out of a jam last night in the 9th inning, had a bases-loaded jam and managed his way out of it. And that was against the Mets, though. So 23.7 strikeout rate, 5.8 K rate, with a sub-1 whip at .80. Good for a bullpen guy. So it'll be Tromp to hit here. He immediately calls time as he gets up to the plate. Wants a little more time. Chadwick Tromp. He's 0 for 1 in the game. He has a strikeout. Hit in Sandy Leon's position. So Ha-Seong Kim is going to stay out there as the runner. Getting the first out is very important. Rabalta sets. First pitch to Tromp is coming in the righty-righty matchup. The pitch. Right in there, called strike 1 with a fastball, and it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1, no outs here in the bottom of the 10th. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. You've got a good baseball game right here. We went into extras, and we got a good game. Coming sets Rabalta. The main pitch he uses is the slider. He complements it with a 4-seamer. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a foul back, and now it'll be 0-2. It'll be 0-2 now. 0-2. We got a good amount of views here already. Be sure to hit that like button, everybody. Help us hit some likes. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And we got a few likes on the stream. Let's go. Rabalta sets the 0-2. He waits. Lets the clock die down. The pitch. So, ground ball up the middle. Diving play not made. Kim will head around third, and he'll score. That's a run scored by Tromp, RBI single. It's a 4-3 game. So the extra inning runner scores, but now the Nationals will go with a runner on first with no outs. Can they get out of this one, though? They managed to put up 2 in the 10th. Can they get out of this situation? Can Disney find his way out? Let's have 2008 Disney perform instead of 2026 Disney. Much better. Rabalta sets the pitch to Acuna. Acuna takes a slider low and out, ball one. You can't walk him, though. You can't walk him. You got to pitch to this guy. I think your best bet is pitching to him. So it'll be 1-0, no outs. Rebalta sets. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball two, the sinker. It's a 2-0 count. You can't inadvertently walk him. You can't walk him because he threw 4 pitches. You're going to walk him, intentionally walk him by this point. But the Nationals need to pitch to him. I think this is the best guy you're going to face. This is the righty matchup. Then you got Dubon. Grounding into a double play here would be great. Just a double play ball right here. Coming set is Rebalta. The 2-0. High ball 3. Millis is not going to challenge it, and it's a 3-0 count. Acuna now is a 3-0, and Rebalta is probably going to throw him a fastball right down the middle. So Acuna is probably going to be hacking here. You don't really have any arms up, though. You can't really go to Schultz by this point. Rebalta sets. The 3-0. Swinging a foul back, it'll be 3-1. He got a 97-mile-an-hour fastball right in the zone, and he fouled it off. So it'll be a 3-1 count. Nationals extremely lucky on that one. Just barely missed that one, Acuna. Wow. Lucky there. This will be 3-1. Rebalta sets. The 3-1 coming. Here comes the pitch. High ball 4. And Ronald Acuna Jr. draws a walk. And the winning run is on base at first base. And at second is the tying run. So tying run in scoring position, the winning run is on base, and it's Marcio Dubon to hit. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Now, Acuna's a pretty fast runner, and you got at second. Trump, not a fast runner, though. So it'll be Marcio Dubon, 500 hitter in today's game, the pitch. So in a ground ball, through the one to left field. Abrams able to stop it, though. Round third, headed for home. The ball is sitting in the infield. Trump scores. Marcio Dubon just hit a ground ball to short. It went off of Abrams' glove, and Trump was able to take 2 bases. This game is tied. That is the dumbest way to tie a game. Dubon hit a ground ball in the hole between third and short. Abrams made the play, and it went off his glove, and Trump was able to score. This game is tied. And now there's runners at first and second. So now the infield will come in for Matt Olson. Are they going to give him a hit for that? So Simon Matthews will talk to his man, Rebalta. This game is tied now, and the winning run is at second base. They're going to give him a single. Dubon high-fiving his guys over on the bench. That is just so wrong that he got a score out of that. That was a ground ball to the shortstop. It goes off his glove. And it ends up being a hit. Wow. CH, man, that pisses me off. Yeah. Just a bad play in general. Just a bad play. Abrams couldn't make the play. By that point, you just got to keep in front. He did, and it went off his glove. So Rebalta now has no outs and a runner on second, and Matt Olson up to the plate. Rebalta sets. Here's the pitch to Olson. And Olson swings and misses at a fastball, and it's 0-1. Do you live in the DMV District Nation, or are you just a fan of the teams from there? I live in this area. I do live in the DMV area. This is my area. As you know, I do branch off during the basketball season, though. Mavs fan right here. But I am DC. I am stuck with this team, Yin Yang. Stuck with this bullpen. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball. Deep center field. And that one is going to be caught by Wood. At the track, he'll fire it. Acuna will head up to third. And now there's 2 outs. Or 1 out now and a runner at third. So a deep fly ball wins this game. Braves are in my top 5 most hated teams. Come on. Yep. It's going to happen, though, probably. 1 out. Runners at first and third. It'll be Ozzie Albies to hit. Unless he grounds into a double play, this game's over. I think a ground ball into a double play, a strikeout, something. Let's go, Rebalta. You got to get one of those things. It'll be Ozzie Albies to come up. He had a walk-off in the WBC as well. 270 average, 8 home runs, 27 ribbies. Rebalta will take time out here. So it looks like there's a pitch comm issue here. Umpire will come out, talk to him. Rebalta can't hear his pitch comm. So it looks like we're going to get a problem. They're saying something. Home plate umpire is going to talk. Bat boy is going to bring out a new pitch comm. Something's being signaled here. I don't know what it is, but something's being signaled. 1 out. Runners on first and third. Bottom of the 10th, Ozzy Albies up to the plate. He's 0 for 4. This would be a very sad loss for the Nats. But if they can pull this off, just get out of this scoreless now, there's a chance. So now it'll be Ozzy Albies. Rebalta sets. The pitch to Albies. Down low, ball 1. Snap those stupid tomahawks. Let's go. Yep. Got to get it somehow. This will be 1-0, 1 out. Rebalta. Disney trying to work. He steps onto the rubber. He comes set. He was a guy in AAA last year, called up at September call-ups, I believe. Here is the 1-0 pitch to Albies. High ball 2 with a fastball. It's a 2-0 count. Now, this is a situation where you can't walk. I don't think you can walk Albies because Harris the second is coming up, and then the bases are loaded with 1 out. But then you can shoot 4 because he's forced, but at the same time, the bases are loaded for Michael Harris the second. Rebalta sets. The 2-0 pitch. High ball 3 with a changeup, just high and out. Braves win once every 30 years. Yep. So to be 3-0 now. That one was high and away. They're showing on the replay. Rebalta checks for his sign. He's swinging his arm as he does. Waiting for his pitch. He comes set. He has a 3-0 count on Albies now, the pitch. And Albies takes outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded now after a walk from Orlando Rebalta. Disney walks another man in the inning, 2 walks in the inning, and that'll bring up Michael Harris the second and load the bases. So that'll put Dubon over at second, Acuna still at third, and Michael Harris the second up to the plate with the bases loaded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. Rebalta sets. A double play here, a shoot 4. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's 0-1. Now you got to get out of a bases loaded 1 out jam to head to the 11th. I think it's possible. Got to believe. Got to believe. Cross your fingers. Got to believe. But then Lee, who did not work a good inning in the 10th, gets the win. Rebalta comes set. Well, this is NL East baseball for you. Random things happen. Here comes the 0-1 coming. The pitch. High and outside, ball 1. Rebalta, you can't walk him now. There's just, you can't walk him now. Double play, only way out. Yep, what is up, Doug Noble? Thanks for tuning in with me. Even if you just come at the bottom of the 10th at the worst time to come, probably. But for you, could be the most exciting part. Double play, either way, you got to shoot 4. I think if it's up the middle, you can try for the double play, but you're shooting 4, the 1-1. So you're going to line drive, right field, down the line. If it's fair, it is foul in the corner, and it's a 1-2 count. Just missed that one, but now you can set him up for a breaking ball. Get him to swing early on a breaking ball. Honestly, a strikeout here could work too. A strikeout and then an out. A strikeout or a double play right here. But it can't be a fly out and it can't be 1 out. Braves fans thought that was it. Got him set up for the breaking ball now, though. Go breaking ball outside. He's pulling everything. The 1-2 coming. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Out into shallow left. Mead into foul territory. He makes the catch. Into foul territory. Curtis Mead's going to make the catch. And now there's 2 outs and the base is loaded. Curtis Mead makes the catch in foul territory and there's 2 outs. And who will it be? It'll be a new hitter here. It'll not be Jorge Mateo. It'll be someone else here. It'll be Eli White to hit. Eli White here in the 10th. Yang Balantek says, wow, yep. Out number 2, just barely. We're just barely squeezing through. Bases loaded 1 out jam, though. I feel like Disney gets some credit for that. Even though he gave up the 2 runs, he still should get some credit for still working out of a bases loaded 1 out jam in that case. Good for him. Good for him. But now it'll be Eli White to face Orlando Rebalta. Braves fans are being asked to make some noise here into the 10th. Rabalta steps back onto the rubber. He waits. He's getting his sign now. It's a righty-righty matchup. Rabalta comes set. Here comes the pitch to White. And White swings and misses at a sinker, and it's 0-1. This will be 0-1, 2 outs. Oh, 1, 2 outs, bases loaded. Rabalta comes set. The fans are getting loud, though, and a lot of them fingers crossed. Rabalta sets the 0-1. Just up and outside, ball 1. Good way to set him up, though. Now you can go low and in. You have that entire plate covered. And let's go from one more time. You got Albies at first, Dubon at second, Acuna Jr. at third. Braves fans make a lot of noise. I don't know who doesn't know when to shut up. Yep. Braves fans will be annoying to you. Rabalta sets. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Low ball 2. He just missed with that sinker there. And that makes it a 2-1 count. Now you got to throw a strike here. No matter where, you just got to put a strike in there. I think Rabalta's been told that. Throw a strike. Even if it means to be a fastball down the middle, you got to throw a strike here. You cannot let him get to a 3-1 count. Because then you're going to have to throw a meatball. Here comes the 2-1. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be Abrams. Abrams going to first in time for the out. And the Nationals just squeezed through. And we're tied up all again. We are through 10 innings now. And the Nationals are tied at 4 somehow. 2 runs in the inning by the Braves. We'll head to the 11th. I'm going to take a quick break here. Here we go. Very annoying. They only do it when they're hot. I had to block longtime friends for being too annoying. Yep. So 2 runs in the inning, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. We'll head to the 11th. The runner will be De La Lyle for the Nationals. We're going to take a quick break right here. Don't go anywhere. I have to take a quick short break, and I'll be back in just a moment. Here we go. Tyler Kinley is going to take over for the Braves into the 11th inning. I'm about to lose room in my scorebook for more pitchers. Lee works an inning. He gave up 2 runs. On how many hits? He gave up 1 hit, actually, not 2. Looks like they have to try for 2 runs in the 11th. Yep, they're going to have to. Dang, they got out of it. It'll be Vivas to pinch hit here in the spot for Tenna. And Vivas swings and misses at a slider, and it's 0-1. He's in the spot. Lyle over there at second. Vivas in the spot of the pitcher now. So they're going to have to bring in a new pitcher. This spot is being used now for the pitcher. Kinley coming set. Last inning, Lee gave up 1 hit, 2 runs. The pitch on the away. Here comes the 0-1. And Vivas takes a slider in the dirt, ball 1. I imagine a world with no Braves, Yankees, Padres, or Giants fans. Maybe Dodgers fans there too. Vivas hitting .239 this season, 4 RBIs. Did this guy walk anybody? Yes, he did. 1 walk, no strikeouts for Lee back in the 10th. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball foul, and it'll be 1-2. Wish I could bet on the Nats, but I don't trust them enough to close the game. So it'll be... Now we got Paxton Schultz up in the pen for the Nats. So it'll be 1-2, no outs here in the top of the 11th. Kinley comes set. Here comes the 1-2 count. Vivas swings and misses at a slider. Strikeout number 1 for Kinley. Sets down Vivas. Someone's got to get on base or something because Woods should hit in this inning, and Woods not going to because he's third in the order. He's fourth up now in this inning. Vivas just went down. Someone has to get on base. I'm a Yankees fan. All right, well, welcome in, Yankees fan. Thanks for tuning in. Runner at second, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and this one is swung on, hit deep to right field, to the corner. Right fielder going over. Oh, the catch is made by Michael Harris II. Lyle up to third. He is in there safely, and that's out number 2, but it sends Lyle over to third. Millis put a charge into that one, but he got a nice rip there. That was towards the corner. Michael Harris II makes a nice play and then fires it to third, but Lyle's in safely. So now to be Nunez. I think the bench is fully unloaded now, so Nunez will hit in this spot. Lyle over there at third with 2 outs. Now you got to score the run, though. Coming set is Kinley. It'll be Nunez. Here's the pitch from Kinley to Nunez. The pitch. High ball 1, way high, or as Bob Uecker would say, just a bit high. He tried the corner and missed. This would be a 1-0 here. I've never been to a Nats game where they won. That's sad. I've been to a lot of Curly W's. Love seeing Curly W's. And I've been to a ton of games. I've been going to games for years. The pitch to Nunez. In there, called strike 1 with a slider, and it's a 1-1 count. I've gone to a lot of games since like 2014, I believe. I think I started at 2013. But a lot of baseball for a while. A lot of part of my life has been going to games. Here's the 1-1. It is called strike 2. Gave him the called strike 3 sign. The umpire gave him called strike 3, but it wasn't called strike 3. He called it was strike 2. I went to a Mets game and to Nats game, and they went 18 innings. Can't remember who won, though. Probably the Nats. I'll check, though. I'll go back to the history books. The 1-2. Low ball 2 with a slider. Almost got Nunez looking. So that's 2-2, 2 outs. Runner at third is Lyle. A base hit scores him. So it'll be a 2-2 here. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Check swing, did he go? No, says third base umpire Barry. So the count is full, and it's 3-2. The only ballpark I've been to is America's beloved ballpark, Fenway Park. That is awesome, Yin Yang Balance Act. I would love to see Wrigley, PNC Park, Camden. I'll get to that in a second. So it'll be a 3-2. The pitch to Nunez. Swing and a miss. Nunez is down swinging, and the Nationals do not put up any runs in extra innings here in the 11th. Wow, they can't get a run. Now we're going to head to the bottom of the 11th. White's going to be the pinch runner for the pinch runner for the Braves, and we'll head to the bottom of the 11th. No runs scored for the Nationals. They get no hits. 1 run left on base, and that's the extra inning runner. Catch a game when the Nats play the Red Sox or Anaheim Angels. There's a win for the Nats. Worthy stadiums. Would love to see Wrigley, PNC, Camden, Busch, Dodger Stadium, and Nationals Park. Those are parks I want to go to. I think this summer I'm hitting Camden, PNC, 1 more. I think Citizens Bank as well. But hitting a few ballparks this summer, having some fun. Love hitting ballparks just for fun. So here we go. We're going to head to the bottom of the 11th, and the Nationals will have to bring in a new pitcher. It's going to be Paxton Schultz for the 11th inning. And meanwhile, the Braves are going to try to walk it off. 2 hits, 2 runs given up by the Braves. 1 walk by Rebalta, or 2 walks by Rebalta, and no strikeouts. Now Schultz will come in here in the 11th. Can he get out of it? So here we go, bottom 11. It'll be Paxton Schultz for the 11th inning. Thanks for everyone who's already tuned in today. Been to Shea, City Field, Old and New Yankee, Fenway Park, Old Turner Field, and Truist. That's really cool. That is a good collection of some stadiums. Here we go to the bottom of the 11th. It's going to be White as the extra inning runner. Eli White is their runner over at second, and it's going to be Dom Smith to hit. The most clutch guy in this order is going to hit, of course. So it'll be Dom Smith here. Schultz. Come set. Another marathon game to start a series, just like Monday. First pitch to Dom. Dom takes outside with a fastball to 1-0 count. Now Paxton Schultz is going to have to do the best job he can to not give up a run in an inning with a runner in scoring position. Can he do it? We'll see if he can do it. Here comes the 1-0 to Dom, and he swings and drives this one to left center, coming over is Cruz. Cruz will make the catch for out number 1 out in center field. Sets out number 1. Paxton Schultz manages the out. Out number 1 here in the 11th. I was going to say I have no interest in New Yankee Stadium, but I'd love to go to the old one that had Aurora. Got to make Dodger Stadium and Wrigley on my list. I heard a lot of good about the Nationals ballpark too. Man, one of the best ballparks in the world. One of the best, if not the best. So to be Ha-Seong Kim here with 1 out and a runner at second. Will he bunt here? Because Kim's a good bunter, but is he swinging away here? Schultz sets, trying to get through this. He got the first out, though. First out's important. Here's the pitch to Kim. Right in there, called strike 1 with a cutter, and it's an 0-1 count. But now the Nationals don't have an arm out of the pen. Alvarez probably won't come out of the game. And I don't see another guy coming out. There's not many other guys you can go to here. Schultz, you're going to have to stick with Schultz. Schultz sets. Here comes the 0-1. High ball 1 with a 4-seamer. It's a 1-1 count. God, that's my list too. Same CH. I love ballparks are actually in cities. Extra bonus points for their old historic stadium. So that's cool. So it'll be 1-1, 1 out. Pardon me if I don't read messages, but I'm trying to get the energy of this game. So it'll be 1-1, 1 out, runner at second. Schultz sets. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Kim swings through it, and it's a 1-2 count. 1-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Trying to get it done. Let's go Schultz. Coming set is Schultz. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a foul back on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it'll be 1-2. Be 1-2, 1 out. Schultz steps back onto the rubber. Schultz comes set. He waits. Now he goes. The 1-2 in the dirt, ball 2. Smothered by Millis, though. He threw his mask away and immediately smothered it. He's going to grab a new ball here. So Tromp is on deck here with 1 out. He had that hit to drive in 1 run back in the 10th. Can the Nationals get through it, though? They need 1 run. If they can get through it, they're going to have to go to the 12th and get a run. They can't just play defense. They got to play offense, too. It'll be Wood to lead off the 12th, though, and the runner will be Nunez. So a good pair there for the 12th. The 2-2. Swinging a fly ball. This one is into foul territory. Millis trying to make the play, but it's going to get out of play, and we'll do 2-2 again. Mills will throw his helmet back on. He'll get a new ball. Wow, but I think that's the best crew you could have. Wood up to the plate. Nunez at second. What other guys would you want? And then you got Chaparro behind you and Meade coming up. So 3 good hitters coming up and Nunez on the bases. I would love to see that group. Let's get out of this, Schultz. Schultz comes set. The 2-2. Swing and a miss at a slider low and in. Ha-Seong Kim is set down. Paxton Schultz with a strikeout here in the 11th inning sets him down. 2 outs in the inning and the runner's at second. And that'll bring up Tromp here in the 11th. It'll be Chadwick Tromp. He pinch hit in the 7th, or he came in the field in the 7th inning. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's Strempsy got to pinch in the 6th, and then in the 7th, Stromp hit. Here's the pitch, and that is inside ball 1. CH Man says good call. Thank you, CH Man. So it'll be 1-0 here with 2 outs. I will get to your very long message in a minute when we go to in-between innings. I will get to that so we can see it, but so we can catch the real energy of it. But we got a good game here. Schultz has a 1-0 on Trump. He's set at the belt. Here comes the 1-0. Just high with the cutter, and it's a 2-0 count, but Millis is going to challenge it here. Millis wants to see if it's a strike. I think he's just challenging it to see. Maybe you get it back next inning. So the pitch, and it's a ball. It is high by, oh my gosh, how much off are we? That was off. They can't even measure how off it was. It was off by more than an inch. So a waste of an ABS there. Way to ABS at Millis. But I mean, by that point, you just want to try to seal a strike. I get it. But now you got to throw a strike. So it'd be a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch to Trump. And he swings and pops this one up. And it will get out of play. And it'll be a 2-1 count now. Someone gets out of play, so we'll do 2-1 now. 2-1, 2 outs. Just an out here. Just get the out. Trump, 2-1, 2 outs. Schultz comes set. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. This one's foul again, and this one will get out of play again, so we'll do 2-2. Just one more strike, and we get to see Wood and Nunez try to put together a run or two in the 12th. The 12th is where the Nats fell apart last game as well, but they've used a lot of their arms here in this game, another marathon-style game. This will be 2-2, 2 outs. I've run out of places my scorebook for pitchers. I've run out of places. I've used all 7 of my slots. Schultz sets. Here comes the 2-2. Swinging a line drive into center field. Cruz getting behind it. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the Braves walk it off in the 11th inning. Tromp with the walk-off hit. Butera stands looking emotionless, really. That is a walk-off hit by Trump up the middle. Scores White. So that ends the game. The Braves take a 5-4 win. Their record goes up to 36-16. And the Nationals go down to 25-27. They're now 2 games under 500. So, a lot to talk about in there. But fun fact, I have a haunted Mookie Betts bobblehead doll next to my TV when I'm recording video game footage for YouTube. If I ground into a play, and it'll be a show where it grins wider. Okay. Interesting take. So here we go. Okay. 5-4 loss. The Nationals. A few things to talk about here. Here we go. We'll go here. Good game by the Nationals through the first few innings. I mean, 10 innings of good baseball. The 11th, they had a runner at second in Lyle. I mean, they tried to do their part. 2 strikeouts in the 11th, not what you need as a team. 2 strikeouts in the 11th inning, and you couldn't get the run. You need a run in the extra innings. I feel like now, great call, District Nation, always a great show. Thank you very much. Thank you for those kind words. I think in the end, in extra innings, you have to. Lousy night of baseball. Yeah, lousy night. I mean, not really. I think the last inning, because now, in today's game, you need to score that run in extra innings. Every inning, if you want to win the game, you got to score 2. If you want to stay in the game, you got to score 1. In sports in general, all my teams took L's, Dodgers, Red Sox, and Spurs. Oh, Spurs lost? Oh, wow. The game already finished. I didn't get to see. I wanted to go up and watch the ending of the game, but I guess it ended. Wow. So that's the end of the game. Then the Braves beat them 5-4. And thanks for the calls, bro. Thank you, Common Sense, for tuning in. Looks like Juan Soto, 449-foot home run. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in, who sat through that game. 12 innings of good baseball, and a lot of people were here for all 12 innings, so thank you so much. Looks like the Spurs are still going. Well, they're going 82-73 with 3:19 left in the third, 83-73. Pretty good game. I might go over and watch some of that game after this. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. I think the key is in the extra innings, you got to score that run. I think if you score that run, this is a lot different of a game. And they scored the run in the 11th inning. The Braves managed to score 1. I don't think it's too hard to score that run in the 11th. Or in the 12th. It was in the 11th in this case. It wasn't a too good pitcher out there. I mean, Vivas, Mills, Nunez, three of our not better hitters, I'd say, but probably one of our worst three that we could have had. We had a bad situation. I think one of them's got to get on base so we can get Wood up, but just couldn't score that run. I feel like in extra innings these days, you got to score the run. And once again, the Nationals take a marathon game where now the bullpen's used this Friday. So now tomorrow they're going to have to manufacture a win. They use Parker, who could probably go again. He only won an inning. I could see Beer going again. Varley could go again. I think Rabalta and Schultz can't go. But Lovelady won an inning at the beginning. Miles Michaelis, I submit my cap to you. 3 hits, no runs. Meatball, you did well. No plain meatballs were thrown. So here we go. Thank you so much to everyone who already tuned in. So I'm going to get you guys ready for a redirect so I can take you somewhere you'll enjoy. I think we're going to head over to... Is he still going? Yep, we're going to head over to Rising Rhino, everybody. Got some good football going over there. I'll get you headed over there. Rising Rhino will take over tonight. We got some good... Oh, we got a lot of message here. Wait, 3 minutes left. Game's still going on, but Spurs losing anyway. Choked. It's only third. Yeah, it's only third quarter. Anything can happen. Yeah, I think the Spurs are going to win too. Yeah, we got a lot of message here. Great post-game analysis. You know ball. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yin Yang Balance Act. I'll tune in for more. Cheers. Thank you. Schultz almost got out of it. Yep, he got close. I mean, think about the situation he was dealt. He was not given an extra run, and I said it's really hard to win when you're not given the extra run. That's really hard to do. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the... You're not. I mean, I think they're 8-3 when I call them. 7-4 maybe. These rebuild years sucked for the Spurs. Well, yeah. Every time I lay my eyes on the Nats, they blow it. Well, I mean, it was extras anyway. It was a close game. They had blown it in the 7th, I think, the runs were given up. But I wouldn't call it blow it. It's just the bullpen. I don't want to blame it on them. Because the bullpen, we didn't rebuild. We're giving them a lot of time. So, thanks to everyone who tuned in, especially at the end. We had a few people in here. I'm going to send you over to Rising Rhino. He does football right now. He's got you with the DC Defenders. There you go. There's your redirect link. We will be back tomorrow, 4:10 Eastern Standard Time, p.m. First pitch. We'll be there. We'll be back. I'm going to wear my City Connect jersey tomorrow, hopefully. Or I just wear this again. But thank you so much for tuning in. Head over to Rising Rhino. Tell him I sent you. I will see you all tomorrow at 4:10, hopefully 4:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you all later on District Nation. Thank you so much for coming in. 4:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Game 2 of this 3-game series.